Good morning. What's going on? How are we doing? Why are the servers down? Oh boy. Oh boy. What's happening here? I don't even know what my own password is. There we go. All right, we're logged back in. And griddle. There we go. All right. Round 2. That was weird. That was weird. All right, let's figure out our inventory situation first before we do anything else today, because holy moly, we went a little bit bananas yesterday. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Golly. All right, let's go into here, go in the bank. Let's put this up here. Therm cleaver up here. That can go there, that can go there. This can go there. Okay. We're getting there. Now we should be able to break all these down. Hey, what's up, Isar? When I started pulling yesterday, I got sidetracked and I didn't break down all this stuff. So now I'm trying to catch up on that and get that worked out. Let's see what else we need to do. I think that's it. Let's put the ruby in here. We got all this meat. I wanted to try out the meat and see what we can make. See if we can craft up some food. Some food. Let's see, leather working. Let's do canvas. Do we get any skill ups? No skill ups. Wonderful. Oh, another linen belt. What the heck? Where did that one come from? Where did that linen belt come from? Okay. Oh, that's that. We need bolts. Do we want bolts, actually? I guess we do. We'll make linen bolts. Yo, what's going on, Vor? How you doing, bud? Okay, bolts are there. Put those up there. Cool. Padded scraps. We'll hold on to those. We have meat. We have all of this meat. We want to figure out what to do with that. Padded leather canvas. Put this out here. Thick leather scraps. What is this? Spirit carved totem. That can go up here. All right. Now I want to grab this and this. Let's go do some tanning real quick. EQ Legends is so good. Can't wait to play this game either. I'm glad you're having fun with EQ Legends. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad people are enjoying that game. I'm just not playing it on principle. All right, let's see. We've got low quality pelts. We have exceptional pelts. Let's do the low quality pelts first. Wait, I thought tanning, you're supposed to just put the pelt in. Oh, that's right. You have to have all the wood and stuff now. Tannable item wood, hide canvas. You have to add limestone. Limestone, crystallized salt, and then padded leather. You have to have exceptional fish oil. Man, they made this such a pain in the butt. Such a pain in the butt. What if you got any advice for a new player? I like the hail system, but don't really understand how to use it correctly. Any advice? You talking about like the mud system? Yeah, it's a weird system for sure. So you just have to, like, when you talk to an NPC, read what they say. It's going to come up in the mud window, and if it's important, it'll be in the mud window, and you can respond to what they say. So if they say something like, we need help pushing back all of the rats coming into the city, you would respond, help. Possibly. Like, help might be one of the words. Like, it might be a trigger word. So, like, how can I help? Help being the trigger word. And then it will respond back to you. Oh, you'd like to help out? We could really use some, adventurers doing blah, 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 blah. And they'll say something, and you need to respond to them in some way that triggers the next part of the dialogue. So you have to figure out what to say to the NPCs. You do have to target them when you speak to them, otherwise they don't know that you're talking to them. So a lot of people get that confused. They think you just have to stand next to the NPC. You literally have to have them targeted in your target window, and then speak to them to be able to move the dialogue forward. All right, let's camp out and get on. Does Bago even have room in his inventory anymore? Let's find out. He does not. He does not. I don't know where Burl is. I've got stuff for Burl. Haven't seen Burl in a few days. Hey, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it, bud. I was trying to do my rogue quest. I was asking where is XXX, but all I get is they look at you strange. Then yeah, you're just not asking the right questions, unfortunately. So I don't know. I haven't done the rogue quest personally, so I don't know what the dialogue is. But you have to find the exact word. Like, it's not. It's a guessing game, unfortunately. Like, it's not a. It's not like you can say some sort of phrase that's close. It has to be the exact word that they need. Otherwise, nothing will work. So if you want to check, like, what I would recommend, all of the Rogue Quest walkthroughs are on the wiki. So go to Monsters and Memories wiki. Go to class leveling hunting class guides, maybe. Go to Rogue. Okay, it's not here. Like, it's somewhere in here. Here we go. Rogue starter quest right here. And what you have to say is, like, this is the walkthrough. It'll tell you everything in here, what you're supposed to do. And these are pretty accurate. All of these walkthroughs are pretty accurate. So, like, I'm not trying to, like, give you spoilers or anything, but this will at least get you through what to do and how to, like, what to say. And hopefully it helps out with understanding the system. But it's a very specific thing you have to say. Not like a vague something close to what they want. It has to be exact. And it's usually only one word, right? Like, that's what another people that don't understand. Like, I was trying to look in what I was just looking at. I was trying to look for, like, an exact phrase, which I'm looking. But it's just one word. Like, if we go here, let me go to... Where did I see that again? Quests. Let's find one that I know a little bit more about. Or one that's a little bit shorter. Quarry supplies. So you say hail right here, and then say it right here. It says you say samples. That's all you have to say. Because right here it says, you're finally here. This is great news. Great news indeed. You brought the quarry samples, I presume. And all you have to respond is samples. That's the key word. Then they say blah, 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 blah. And so you just have to say the one key word. Yeah, people think you have to, like, have a whole dialogue and conversation with them. You don't. It's not that, it's not that advanced. Here we go. Okay. I'll try again. I don't really want to look up guides or videos, as I'm usually enjoying exploration. Yeah, exactly. It's fun. I mean, it's fun to try to figure it out on your own, and I encourage that. Try to figure the quest out on your own. But, like, yeah, you just have to figure out the dialogue and what you have to say. It's confusing because people don't realize how specific you have to be. It's 2026. You feel like you should just be able to respond, and, like, AI might take over or something, but it doesn't. Yeah, AI just doesn't take over. If there was an asterisk or underline or some noob friendly, yeah, exactly. That they don't do any of that. EverQuest does. EverQuest now has, like, the different color text. I think you might even be able to click on it now, and it automatically does it for you in EverQuest. So some people would like that, but it's very old school in that you have to just figure it out. In some cases, they don't even give you the word. Like, you'll be talking to somebody and they will be like, the cemetery's overrun with monsters, and you have to say something like help or assist or, like a word that they did not use. Most of the time, one of the words that they used is the trigger word to talk to like respond to them. So if you just, like, repeat exactly what they said to you back to them, it'll trigger it because the word that they need is in there. That's most of the time, but it's not every time. Sometimes it's a completely different word, but it makes sense once you figure it out. So it could definitely be annoying, though. Just saying, because I feel like that's going to be a main put off for a lot of new players. It will be, yeah. I would like highlighting of trigger words, like in Morrowind. Yeah, I think a lot of people would like that, or like an underlined word or something like that, to move the dialogue along. It definitely helps out. But yeah, this team is very old school to a fault sometimes. I'll give them that. Like, sometimes they're just old school to a fault. So, yeah, it's not always good. All right, let's see. What can we make here? What do these do? Instant cast. There's no stats on that one. Are there stats on any of these? Or do we have to, like, craft it and figure out what the stats are? I don't see any type of... I don't see any type of, like, humanoid meat that we can craft. Like, we have wolf. Oh, I guess I have wolf meat. I have a wolf fillet, so wolf jerky. go. Cryo harvest. So I can get black pepper and sea salt. Let's try that. Hello, buddy. Black pepper. Can I buy that here? Apparently not from this guy. Oh, here we go. Black pepper. Oh, great. No sea salt. I'm not sure where to get sea salt from. Camp kitchen. Well, poop. Rolling out any keys during stream? I don't have any keys to roll out. Apparently, every other streamer in the game gets keys except for me. It seems. I don't know why. I'm guessing they don't like me for whatever reason. Alright, these are all trivial. So we don't need the goblin meat. Like, you can't make anything unless it's a higher level. It could be a much higher level thing to make, like, goblin meat. What about snake? Roasted rat with onions. Check that first cook. The first cook. For cellar of sea salt. Cellar of sea salt? Is this... Oh, shoot. I bought too much of that. Alright, well, let's try that, I guess. With wolf, peppered wolf meat. Is it this? No, that's black pepper. Raw, oh, that's raw wolf meat. Raw wolf meat. I have a wolf fillet, though. Is a wolf fillet different than, Yeah, I don't... Pinch of salt. Charges 14. I guess a wolf fillet is different than wolf meat. So let me... Oh, I can try it, I guess. This, and then a sea salt. Yeah, that's different. You have to click it to get sea salt? Oh my gosh. What the heck is this garbage? So sea salt, this, and then I have a wolf fillet. Yeah, I guess wolf fillet is too good of meat. Oh my gosh. It's like Chick-fil-A, but wolf version on a pretzel bun. Exactly. Same exact thing. It's on the second cook. Oh, yeah, the second cook doesn't seem to have anything. Like, people bought out all their stuff, it looks like. Probably trying to level up their skills. Well, I was going to try to mess with that some. I guess you have to start at, you have to start at like a lower level. It's game looks fun. It's good. It's a fun game. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, we can check the Shady Merchant and see if they have any type of low-level meat. They probably don't because of the because cooking was just added in and everybody went and bought it all. But we can check. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, bum. Only got about an hour left of Resident Evil Requiem. Nice. I hope you're having fun with that. Bell peppers. Should be able to cook like these eyes and stuff, right? Ashira meat, goblin meat, human meat. Yeah, they sold out of all the stuff. People clearly went and bought it all, which is understandable. I get it. Let's see. Rat meat, rat meat. All right, we got some rat meat. Let's try that. Elfland's new lift. Yeah, well, usually all of those have a ton of meat, right? Usually, because there was no reason to cook. 2 days ago, they added cooking. So because of that, I'm sure people bought out most of the meat. That's the problem with it. I mean, they still might have some, but yeah, that's what's going on. All right, so we have a garlic rat. So we garlic, butter, and a rat fillet. What the heck? We just want rat meat. Wolf meat, jerky. What? Why do I have wolf fillets and rat meat, but I need wolf meat or rat fillets? Like, what kind of garbage is this? Roasted rat with onions. Rat meat, onion, and black pepper. Okay, so can I buy onions? You can buy, well, let's see. Onion, onion, onion. I probably don't have any onions because those are also dropped. Nope. Look at all this raw rat meat. Roasted rat with onion. Somebody made it. White onion. 1, 2. I hope a white onion works. Let's find out. Nope. It just needs to be an onion. Why are things so stinking specific in this game? Like, why? Come on, devs. Like, why are we making it so complicated? Like, seriously, what is the point? The grocer who only appears at night. Does he only appear at night in the night market? Well. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Sometimes these devs just don't make sense. Hey, I have an idea. Let's make it the most tedious possible way to do this. People will love it. Snake meat and raw. There's tons of raw rat meat. So if I got like a bunch of onions somewhere. It's called a night market. It is called a night market. You're right. I haven't been saving my onions. I guess going forward we'll save onions. Hey, look, it's garlic. Buy. I'll buy the garlic, I guess. Yeah, I just wanted to mess around with this. What? You can't just hit buy and buy cheese? Buy. Can you not do that anymore? You have to actually... The heck? You can't even hold shift and control to buy stuff. Find a bunch of low-level humans, round them up, rain fire on them. Yeah, exactly. Sounds good to me. I have human meat. Ban the humans. Well, whatever. Thanks for nothing, devs. My goodness. We'll save all that goblin meat, I guess. Are we trying to do this again, Isar, with the tooths? The teeths? The teefuses? Trying to level cooking. I was just going to mess around with it some. I don't really care to level it, but I was going to mess around trying to make a few things just for funsies. But apparently it's very specific. More specific than I thought. And getting the items is a pain in the butt. So I gotta go and kill a bunch of humanoids and get an onion. Want to go back to Grimtide? Get all you there. Bring Isar. We can go wherever. I don't care. If you want to do something, we can. I can do that, or I can just play my Beastmaster, or I can always log in Kaz and play the cleric. I don't care. We can go do whatever. Where'd Vord go? He's here. Oh, yeah, he's here. It's alt swapping. A while ago, you guys killed a named monk in town, like a quest or ring event. What level was that? A named monk for a quest or ring event. I don't know. In an arena or something? That doesn't sound familiar. Isar seems to know what you're talking about. I can't think of what that is, though. What helmet is that we're wearing? Good morning. My helmet is the Helm of the Last Roar. This is arguably the best helmet in the game for tanks. I think it is the best helmet in the game. I don't even think it's arguably. I'm pretty sure this is just the best helmet in the tank in the game for tanks. For a clicky haste item. I know what. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. By the way, this is what we're talking about yesterday with names that are clearly inappropriate and people are doing it on purpose. Like, come on, dude. Come on. People like that get upset when the devs change their names. And it's like, you know what you're doing. Just don't do it. I mean, I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me. This is another one right here. Like, this name right here. Although it's technically Herbalife, you know what you're doing. You know what's happening there. I have to look into it. My highest is level 41. Yeah, 41 might be a little bit low. If you're talking about for the Helm of the Last Roar, for this, yeah, you're going to need to be like 50-something. Like in at least the late 40s to do it. There you go. Helm drops from Dougal in the lower salmon area, which is probably like a 50-something level named. 51? There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right, what am I doing? Where am I going? What do you want from me? You want me to stay on Criddle? Or I can get on my wizard, or I can get on my Beastmaster. I do kind of want to play my Beastmaster and level it up for if they decide to do the level lock stuff. See what spawned. You're logging these here. Stay on Criddle. Okay. I'll start running to... Do you want to go to Grimtide again? I feel like running to Grimtide is the fastest way to get there, rather than getting on the boat. Hang on 1 second. I'm doing fun things. My girlfriend might be sending me to Moe's at some point. So I may have to like pause the stream and then come back. We'll see. We'll see. We can do upper salmon. We can do upper salmon. I don't care. We can do deeper mobs, or we can camp some giants. I'm good with whatever. You tell me. I'm running to Fallen Pass. It's Monday, buddy. You're going. Hi, Feisty. I am going to Moe's. Now it's a matter of what time am I going to Moe's. A stumbling zombie. Don't look like it's stumbling to me. Looks like it's dashing through the desert. It's a dashing zombie. And it looks cute. So it's a double meaning. It's dashing. He's dashing. How are things going with you, Xander? Xander is my buddy. I told you guys that I was going to a wedding a couple weeks ago. That's that guy. That's the guy that got married. So, happy 2-week anniversary. 2 weeks? Yeah, it was 2 weeks 2 days ago, right? 2 weeks on Saturday? Or is it 3 weeks? That was 2 weeks ago. I think it's 2 weeks ago. I can't keep track of time anymore. Come eat Moe's with us? Yes. Yes, come eat Moe's with us, Xander. Come all the way to South Carolina just for Moe's lunch. By the way, this stream is not sponsored by Moe's, but it could be. If you are a Moe's executive and would like to sponsor this stream, please contact me. Wedding was awesome, beautiful, and perfect. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. I really enjoyed it. You two looked very happy. It was great seeing all of our old friends. Everybody had a very good time. Yeah. So it was great, man. It was great. I definitely... Did you hear what happened, Xander? We got back to Lee's. Like, we all went back to Lee's after the wedding. Not all of us, but several of us went back to Lee's after the wedding. We're all hanging out, you know, we're having a couple drinks, and we're just kind of chatting and, you know, just reliving old times. And we're all like, we're hungry, right? You know how Lee gets. So we're all hungry, and I'm like, all right, I'll order some pizza. So I order 2 large pizzas and some breadsticks from Papa John's, I think. From somebody. I think it was Papa John's. So I got a pepperoni pizza and a chicken pizza and some breadsticks. An hour goes by, and we're all like, I have my phone just sitting on the table in the center of the room, and I'm like, I got a new iPhone, so I don't really know how to use it. So sitting in the middle of the table, like in Lee's living room, and everybody watch this phone so we can know when the pizza's going to get here. An hour goes by, and it never shows up. We're like, what the heck? Finally, it shows up. And Lee sees it, so Lee walks outside. He goes to the gate. He gets the pizza, and he walks back in. He's got 1 box in his hand. Just 1 box. And he walks in with this 1 box, and he's kind of looking at me. And I'm like, where's the rest of it? And Kevin, over in the corner, he's like, I bet Lee hid it outside so we can eat it later. Anyway, come to find out, they only brought us 1 box. So I call them up and I'm like, hey, we ordered 2 large pizzas and some breadsticks. Where's our pizza? And they're like, oh, yeah, we have that here. Your driver only grabbed the 1 box. And, oh, okay. Well, can we get the rest of our pizza? So anyway, yeah, like another hour and a half goes by. Everybody at this point has left. I'm laying down to go to sleep. Lee's laying down to go to sleep. So we're the only ones left. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm about to fall asleep, and there's a doorbell. Doorbell rings, and there's a lady standing there, like, and hands me 2 more boxes. And it's like 2:30 in the morning at this point. We're like, what the heck? So anyway, Lee and I ate the rest of the pizza just between the two of us. We destroyed that pizza at 2 something in the morning. 2-hour-old pizza. Yeah, it was multi-hour old pizza and breadsticks that was just, sitting there. It was great though. We were like, whatever. Like, Lee comes running down his stairs as I'm going to open the door, the front door. I just hear the do coming down the stairs. He was really excited for that pizza. And then they're like, tip please? Yeah, they did not get a tip. They did not get a tip. Not at all. I was like, no, you left my pizza at the pizza place. Rude. Anyway, the name filter and enforcement is one of those things that could have me not logging in as much as I'd like, or potentially not at all, no matter how much I enjoy the game. It's a principal thing. Yeah, I totally get that, White. Like, they're trying to do the name thing, but players are just kind of doo-doo heads with it, They clearly know what they're doing with the naming, and they name their characters weird things because they think it's funny, and it's like, no, you're just a child. You're just a child. Anyway, good times, man. Good times. The wedding was fun, fantastic though. Really enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun, a lot of dancing to old music, all that jazz. So yeah. Anyone got a friend invite? Uh-oh. Friendship. You remember those from Mortal Kombat? Friendship. And then they added what? Animalities? Animality. You can be my friend. Aw. Feisty will be your friend. Falcon designed every bit of it. She's great. Nice. Awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah. It was great. We really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I was dancing with your mom for a while too. Like, I got out there on the dance floor and we were just like, we were having a good time. Babality. Oh, dude, I forgot about the Babalities. Were the weird ones. I forgot which Mortal Kombat game that was. That sounds like Mortal Kombat 2 or 3. I think it was like the third one. I don't remember, though. Yeah, it's been so long, man. The Babalities, though, they were weird, dude. Babality. She was out there in her socks. I didn't even notice she was in her socks. But your mom was definitely getting down, man. Yeah, I danced with her for a little while. She was a trooper. Like, she was going, man. I was like, dude, she's out there more than some of the youngsters. That was Mortal Kombat 3? Was that what it was? Yeah, that was fun times. It was the second one? I don't know. Whatever. It was all fun and games. Dude, I played so much Mortal Kombat when I was younger. Holy moly. Join Discord? Okay. I'll talk to this weirdo in Discord. He's always like, come join me, be my friend. You're not even in Discord. What's going on? I'm just gonna sit here by myself. Oh, there he is. I don't care. I mean, there's nothing that I need or want, so it's up to whatever everybody else wants to do. And, I mean, we can also just show off different things too to people on the stream. That's mostly why I'm doing this, is just to show off different camps and stuff. And I guess we can help Sam level as well. Now that we got Gore and Dorencia at a level 60, you know, or Vor. Why did I call him Gore? Vor and Dorencia to 60, so that's good. They may have had them in 3 too, but they started in 2. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, they did them for a couple of games. What do they do now in Mortal Kombat? I have not played a Mortal Kombat game in decades. Probably a good 20 years. What's the ratio on this? 18 divided by 27. Calculator. 18 divided by 27. 0.66. Wow, that's actually not that much higher than than this is. 1929. Like, that's crazy. 19 divided by 29. 0.6. Wow. Wow. It's only like 0.11 higher. I really, really thought. And stat-wise, look at this. This thing's got the same number of stats, basically. These two weapons are extremely close. I did not realize. The proc on this one is way stronger. But outside of that, that's crazy. I only played a little 3. I love 2, though. I played so much Mortal Kombat 1 in the arcade. So much Mortal Kombat 1. What do you guys think for lunch? Should I go at 1 o'clock, pick up Moe's, come back, and then start the stream back up again? I'll probably be gone for like an hour. We'll do a 1 o'clock lunch break. Does that sound good to everybody? And then I'll stream again from like 1 was good for its time. Yeah, it was. Get it delivered. Yeah, we could probably just do that. Yeah, we're not gonna get it delivered. I can drive up there and grab it. Sure, we can do that. I don't know. My girlfriend may not want to do that. Sure we can if they want to. I don't care. Okie dokie. Doink. Looks like we're switching Discords. We're switching it up, boys. Bringing back curly cheese fries? Do they have curly cheese fries? I don't even know. I have never had curly cheese fries from there. Some poutine. Is that how you pronounce that? Because it just sounds gross. It's delicious, but it sounds gross. Hey, that might be the fastest to 100 messages we've had. You guys are on point today. Oh, boy. This isn't good. Are we going to Glass Flats? Okay. It is? Yeah, poutine is delicious, but yeah. Just, you know, every time the poo in front of it. I don't want to eat anything that has poo in the name. Just seems kind of weird. Also bring Bring curly cheese fries? I will bring whatever you order, honey. Your order, I assume. I thought you were going to order the food and I was going to go pick it up. So whatever I go in and I say, give me food for Feisty. And whatever they hand me is what I'm bringing back. So, yeah. Everything you say is going to get you in trouble in this family-friendly channel? Nah, you just got to spin it family-friendly. We talk about a lot of things. It's kind of like watching a Disney movie, right? there's always references that are adult-themed references in these like kid-friendly movies, so that the adults have the laughs as well. Bum 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 bum. I see that Sam joined Rampage. We're gonna call him Sam Page. Oh wait, there's our group is over here. Mm-hmm. Is what? I don't know who that is. There was a person the other day that was saying on Twitch that they were struggling finding people to group with in the 50 range. I don't know if they're here. Anybody in chat that wants to group up 50-ish? Around level 50? Do 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 do. All right, let's a roll. Let's a go, Mario. Nintendo's gonna get me in trouble. Is anybody else excited about the Zelda movie? You only have level 40? Well, hey, I might need you at level 40 when we do Fallen Watch whenever they release that, if they make it level locked. I need to get my characters leveled up to level 40 for that reason. I wonder what they're going to do though if they level lock Fallen Watch. What level are they going to lock it at, right? And if they can do it. I don't know that they even have a way to do it. But let's say they level lock it to 40. Then you zone in. What happens if you level up while you're in there and you hit 41? Do you get kicked out? Sure, on the PvP server? No! Down for the Zelda movie? I'm excited for the Zelda movie. I think Feisty and I are going to have to go on like a little date to the Zelda movie when it comes out. She's a Zelda fan. I'm a Zelda fan. We're going to have to do it. Zelda date. I could dress up as Zelda. She can dress up as Link. We could do cross-dressing Zelda thing. Okay. Wait, we're just going to spiders? Okay. Wait, where's Sam at? And is Dorencia... Is everybody going to follow me? Is that what's happening? Sam! Samwise! When is the expected release? I don't know. I thought this year sometime. But I have no clue. Is it next year? Okay. I'm being told next year. The voices in my head are telling me next year. In my head, zombie. Looking forward to the new Voltron movie, but might have gotten canceled. I don't know. Did it? I loved Voltron, dude. I always thought it was silly. Voltron and Power Rangers. I always thought was really, really silly. It's like they can always morph into something much larger. The Voltron can like put the pieces together and become this big beast, and the Power Rangers can morph into this larger thing. They can do all that, but they never do until the enemy does it. Like, just morph into the bigger thing, squish the enemy, problem solved. Right? Skip the whole thing. April 30th, 2027. Sounds good. Was it a live action? Yeah, I don't know if it's a live action or not. I also want to watch the He-Man movie and TV show. I want to watch both of those. He-Man. There's a live action Voltron? Uh-oh. That thing's going to attack... no, it's not. I thought it was going to attack Vor. Or Sam. Thought it was going to attack somebody. At least they don't take 11 episodes to get full power. Oh, gosh, dude. Yes. Dragon Ball Z. He's just charging up for an entire episode. Like... like, what are you doing? He's going Super Saiyan. It only took him 5 hours. Oh my gosh, dude. I remember watching Inuyasha when I was younger. I think he's the one that did the Iron Star Soul Reaver. Iron Star Soul Reaver. That was pretty good too. What, Inuyasha? I enjoyed Inuyasha. Yeah, it was a good one. But he just beat everybody with that one attack, the Iron Star Soul Reaver. And he would go, wah! And it would just defeated. Apparently He-Man show is the She-Man show. Oh, is it about She-Woman? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I want to watch it though. It looks interesting. It's something I would enjoy. We did watch we've watched the first 3 episodes of that Stuart fails to save the universe, which is the Big Bang Theory spinoff. I enjoyed Big Bang many years ago, whenever that was like popular and on. I watched it a bunch. And Stuart fails to save the universe it's an interesting show. Apparently He-Man dies in the first episode or 2 and the female sidekick takes over. Oh, that's a bummer. Spoiler. Bleach. Oh, I never watched Bleach. I never watched. Does he do like the same move all the time? I didn't watch Bleach. Big Bang was amazing. I enjoyed Big Bang. Like, I know some people didn't like it. I enjoyed that show. I liked it a lot. I did watch that Level Up show. I forget what it was called though. It's the one where he goes into like different dungeons and tries to level up. Whatever it was called. That was good. I watched that for a bit. I stopped watching it though because I have to read it. Because I did not get a dubbed version of it. So I'm just constantly reading it. I don't know. I feel weird when watching some of those shows. Solo Leveling. Yeah. Solo Leveling. Yeah, it was a good show, but I had to read everything. So you really have to pay attention to it. Because you got to read all this. Well, I do because I don't speak Korean. Is it Korean? I don't know if it's a Korean-based show or not. Take the laugh track out of Big Bang, and nothing is funny. I don't know. I enjoyed the show. We've made it. We did it, guys. We have arrived. Let's see. We're going to do a serum of strength. See how much strength we can get today. 160. I think it's all the buffs I need. Oh, let's get the measuring stick as well. I've been reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. I've heard that's really good. I've heard that it's very good. Yeah. I haven't gotten into that one yet though. They're apparently making a Ready Player 2. They actually started production on it. Which is super cool to see. I enjoyed Ready Player 1. Really enjoyed it. I liked the book Ready Player 1. The movie was okay. It was very different than the book, and it's something that I didn't exactly like about it, is that it was just very different than the book. I read Ready Player 2, the book, and it was okay. Like the first movie and book a good bit. Yeah, the first book was really good. The movie was okay. The second book was also really good. Well, it was good. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still good. So we'll have to see what they do with the second movie. Xander, you need to come into town again, and all four of us go out and do stuff. Come visit. You can stay in my kid's room when he's not with us. He's got a very comfy bed, so... But yeah, you guys should plan a visit. And we were looking forward to Warhammer 40K only because of Henry Cavill and his reputation for being a nerd and Warhammer fan, keeping the writers in line. Yes, yeah, like he'll do it too. He will absolutely keep the writers in line. Like that's what he did with what was the name of that? The Witcher. And that's why he quit. He's like, I'm out. Niece lives in Colombia, so he may head up at some point. Yeah, absolutely. Come hang out. It was funny, speaking of Warhammer, so my son had a friend over several days last week to hang out and play and stuff, as they're, this week they're going back to school. So that he wanted to have his last week of summer vacation to be super fun and stuff. So anyway, we were going bowling the other night, and on the way to go bowling, his friend just blurted out some sort of like Warhammer reference. And I recognized what she said, but I didn't know what it was from. And then she made another Warhammer reference, and she was just like, oh, my random Warhammer references. And I'm like, what is this 12-year-old girl doing referencing Warhammer? Like, it was just really weird. And I was like, dude, I keep telling my son, like, he needs to marry this girl. She's like perfect for him. She's a nerd. She's cute. She's fun. Like, I'm like, dude, you guys are 12, and you've already met your equal. It's perfect. Yeah, I saw that. Like, it's like 8 levels now or something, isn't it? Apparently Henry is making the writers take a 48-hour lore course that he is doing up. That's funny. Henry Cavill is he's like a nerd superhero at this point. Good nerd females are rare. They're extremely rare. That's why I told him. I'm like, and it's not that she's just a nerd. You know, she's a nerd, but she's also she's like more athletic than he is. It's a whole thing. Like she's just a fun person. Like they were having fun just like hanging out and running around, going bowling. Like she got in there and she was like excited about bowling, but she also did the video games. Like she just did all of it. And I was like, dude, you need to make sure you stay friends with this girl as long as possible because she's perfect for you. So I don't think he wants from The Witcher. Oh no, not at all. Like no. Henry Cavill seems to be done with The Witcher. Absolutely done with The Witcher. Seems to be anyway. We'll see what happens. Ugh, spiders. Gross. Gross spiders, man. Did they stop The Witcher? Like, I know that they brought in somebody else to replace Henry Cavill for The Witcher. Did they end up keeping that guy? I haven't watched The Witcher in a while. And I think maybe because it's no longer a thing. Like they just did 3 seasons of it, and then it was done, right? There's 1 season left if they follow through. Okay. If anybody wants to work on tailoring, you can do so with these whatchamacallits. Wasn't it Luke Wilson? Was it Luke Wilson? He would not make a good Witcher. Hey, coming in with the gifted subs. Thank you so much. Xander Kane. The 5 gifties. One of the Hemsworth brothers is the Witcher. Ah, that makes more sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Luke Wilson is too scrawny to be a Witcher. Hemsworth, though, I could see. Liam Hemsworth. There you go. Yeah. The other brother pair. Yes. Yes. I mean, I just watched... Did you guys watch The Hawk? The TV show? It's about a golfer. It's Will Ferrell is a professional golfer, and he is the Hawk. That had Luke Wilson in it. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. What a day, what a day, what a day. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Itsy bitsy. Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Hawk is good as long as you like Will Ferrell humor. Yeah, exactly. You have to like Will Ferrell humor for sure. It is just stupid comedy. And some people don't like that. I get it. I get it. Good morning. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Glad to have you. Glad to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're just slaughtering spiders today. This is a raid. Raid? Coming back to Eminem after a break? Nice, nice. Well, you only can come back for like 6 weeks. Then they're shutting it down until early access. So we don't have much longer. Then you're not allowed to leave again. You have to stay permanently. You're not allowed to play any other games once early access releases. That's the rules that I heard. Like I don't know what else to say, but those are the rules. I don't make them. I just enforce them. Yeah, it's not bad at all. When are they planning to shut it down? Like a week or two before early access starts is the plan. Like, September, mid to late September, but I don't think they have an exact date. Level 58, want to get 60 before beta's over? You should be able to do that, yeah. Thinking I'm going to stay away from all DPS classes for EA? You know, that might be smart. They are butchering the DPS classes. They are they're making the non-DPS classes equal to DPS classes, but can also do other things, and it feels bad. But we'll see. They might do like a big crazy balance patch at some point. I'm hoping they do. Right now they're just not doing a lot of balancing at all. They're doing they're trying to add in all of the abilities and get those in, and then they're probably going to do one big balance patch, is my guess. Did you see the order of the rest of the reworks? I did, yes. Yeah. Find yourself angry when you're playing DPS? Uh-oh. Well, that's a pull. That's a mighty pull. You mean like clerics nuking almost as much as wizards? Yes! Clerics nuking almost as much as wizards. Druids nuking almost as much as wizards. Shaman can dot like crazy. Like, yeah, it's a whole thing. I would expect a lot of numbers balancing once the foundational changes are all done. I do too, yeah. Watch my buddy's cleric. Out tank and DPS, my paladin of the same level. Sounds about right. Oops. Need to target a mob here. Sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah, paladins really need, they need some help. I feel like paladins are going to get super overpowered once they do the rework on the paladin. Yeah, I think they're going to add like holy procs and stuff to it. And they're just going to make it insane. I get extra angry when I have to buy forage for wood and arrows and have some time spending crafting. Yeah, for less damage. Yeah, it's really annoying, isn't it? Like, I don't understand the idea that they're like, oh, you're going to have two classes, the archer and the rogue, that have to do trade skills and still can't perform as well as other classes. And it requires a trade skill to, like, unlock their entire class. Like, what? Why are we making it so difficult for the rogues and the archers? I mean, I understand the idea behind it. I get that. And I don't mind if they do that. But make those things powerful. Make the poisons have damage on them. Like, they should be able to take, like, a high-level toxin from a spider and turn it into, like, a really strong poison. Apply that to their weapons, and it's like a stacking poison that just gets stronger and stronger every time it procs. That would be amazing. Am I stuck? Oh, whoops. I accidentally hit enter. My bad. How come you won't play EQ Legends? Because Daybreak is a terrible company. I haven't tested the fighter yet. If I find the fighter can utilize a swath of the DPS abilities without being tied in, I'm gonna get angry. Fighter can still dish out some DPS for sure. They absolutely can still dish out some DPS. I still say they need to lower the DPS on the fighter, increase its threat, lower DPS, and increase its threat and tanking. EQ Legends is a solo duo MMO. It defeats the purpose of an MMO. Yeah, that's another reason. I was going to play EverQuest Legends. I was very close to trying it out because so many people kept asking me, try out EverQuest Legends, blah, 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 stream it, you know, all that kind of stuff. They kept asking me to do it, and I was really close. I have several friends that are playing it, and I almost pulled the trigger. Almost. Then they announced that they are going to have microtransactions, and I said, I don't know about all that. Then they said that they're going to also charge for every DLC, and I was like, all right, you lost me. You completely lost me. You're just charging everybody for everything. You just want money. You don't really care about anything else. So, poo on Daybreak. I don't want to advertise their game. I don't want anything. I want that company to fail, to be honest. That's where I'm at with it. Here's why I say that. The DD Arrow 10-second recast. Hang on, let me get to another mob here. 10-second recast with a dot. 6-second recast. You can't use both. You have to choose. I'm wondering, fighter is similar issue now? No, I can just spam my abilities on the fighter. There's very little choice. There's the choice of which abilities you want to put on your bar. That's it. 22 people here, hit that like button. Yeah, 20. There's like 24 now over on the YouTube side. I never thought that my YouTube streaming would actually be that popular, but you guys are, you're coming through. You know, you're coming through. I appreciate that. Didn't know that. Thanks for the heads up on that. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I mean, if you want to play it, if you want to play EverQuest Legends, by all means, go play it. But it's just it's a single player MMO, and Daybreak as a company is a terrible company. So those are the reasons that I don't want to play it. Daybreak lost me when they closed H1Z1 survival server. Yeah, that's rough. Squeeze as much money out of rehashing EQ content as they can. Yeah. Well, the theory right now, the going theory is that Daybreak is trying to sell EverQuest. So they have I don't know how true this is, okay? So take this with a grain of salt, but this is something that I've heard, is that they're trying to sell EverQuest, so they are trying to boost the numbers on what they make with EverQuest through EverQuest Legends so that they can sell it for more money to somebody else. It's a business transaction. It is not we're trying to make a good game for the players. So yeah, Google that, research that, whatever. But that's what I've heard recently, and I'm like, well, that just sounds terrible. That sounds like a bad company trying to do bad things. Like, I get it that everything's a business, right? I totally get it. Monsters and Memories is a business. You know, all these games are a business, and they need to make money. I'm fine with that. But trying to nickel and dime your customers so that you can sell it to make more money? Wow. Take care, Xander. Appreciate these subs, my friend. You are a rock star. We'll have to chat soon. Definitely come and visit. YouTube is much more convenient. I just hop over to Twitch to throw you my Prime sub. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate the Prime subs. I appreciate you watching on YouTube or Twitch or whatever you want to watch on. The only two that I stream on. I don't do Kick again because of I don't like Kick's philosophy on things. They are very heavy into gambling and yeah, all that weird stuff that they like over there. So I don't like Kick. So I won't stream there. Do you have to train Vengeance at the trainer? No. Oh, speaking of which, so the Vengeance right now is bugged. So you need to switch every time you zone, swap to defensive stance and back to offensive stance or whatever. Swap your stances around, and it'll trigger Vengeance. Well, it won't trigger Vengeance, but it'll allow you to get Vengeance. It's just bugged right now to where Vengeance does not work when you zone because you have to go to you got to switch stances. Why would they sell it? It's probably their only money earner. I don't know, but that's just what that's what the rumor is right now, is that they are trying to sell EverQuest. That's the rumor. So I don't know anything else about it other than that dream. Like I said, it's a rumor. It's a take it how you will kind of thing. I don't know how true that statement is, but that's what I've heard. If Daybreak Games goes to Vancouver, they will be eaten by taxes. If they know the trend of Canadian politics, the tax-free state of games won't last for long. Uh-oh. Pay to win is a no-go for me. Yeah, and it is for me too. And right now they are trying to make EverQuest Legends. It's not pay to win. Okay, I will admit that it is not pay to win, but it is absolutely pay to get there faster, pay for convenience, and all that. To the point where it's very close to pay to win. You can pay for like double AA XP, right? Where you get double the amount of AA experience if you pay $5 or whatever it is. They also have it where you can have different loadouts if you buy the loadouts, if you buy bag space, stuff like that. So it's convenience, but let's be honest, it's very close to pay to win. You can get all those things without paying, but those are just the EQ people that just don't have anything bad to say about EverQuest. Anything EverQuest. They have literally nothing bad to say about it. So they'll tell you, oh, you don't have to get it. That's your choice. Yeah, duh. It's always your choice to do it, dum-dum. But, they know. They know what they're doing. I don't agree. It's fine if they want to do that. Like, if you want to have a game where it's pay for convenience and pay for, like, getting there faster, then don't charge a box price or don't charge a sub. But they're charging a box price. They're charging a sub. They're charging... Oh, boy. They're charging a box price, a sub, and convenience, and every DLC. They're charging for everything. Like, literally everything. So, yeah. Anyway, don't like it. People always protect predatory game design if they enjoy it. They will. They will, yeah. And I just disagree with it. I choose to not compete with my wallet. Yeah, absolutely. Like, this game's going to be $15 a month, and people complained about that. $15 a month. But you don't have to buy anything else with this game. $15 a month, you get the same thing that everybody else gets. And that's it. And if you quit playing the game for a year and you come back and you pay $15, guess what? You get all the content that they released over the last year. So that's what I like this company. I really like Niche Worlds Cult, which is the creators of Monsters and Memories. So I really like the company. I like what they're trying to do. That's why I play their game and I advertise their game. You know? You're welcome. Good morning. You missed it. What'd you miss? You missed the morning, the good morning thing? Every time when I start my stream, I start it with good morning. So yeah, tune into my stream and you can get a wake-up call. Just put on my stream when you go to sleep the night before so that the next morning it'll just be your it's like your alarm clock. Just me coming on and yelling good morning at you. Yeah, I think it was lag. Oh, that's a bunch. Good luck, Dory. Monthly sub is the fairest way to do MMOs. I agree. I think a monthly sub is fine. I think a box price is fine. I think microtransactions can be okay, depending. I think cosmetics can be okay. But you can't do all of them. That's the problem. You know, pick one or two of them and then leave the rest of them out. You can't be like, oh, we're going to charge you for everything. That's awful. Couldn't think of a worse way to start your day? Well, then don't do it. I had two streamers kick me out of their streams when asking what EQ Legends offers outside of just feeling like a god. Exactly like everyone else who decides to play the game. Well, yeah, they don't offer much. They offer nostalgia. I'm sorry that you had streamers kick you out of their stream. I don't do that most of the time. I've banned very, very few people from my stream. You got to do something really bad to get kicked off of my stream. Like, I try to keep it family friendly. Just, you know, be a halfway decent person. And, yeah, we're good. Thank you. I finally got procs. But is Frenzy busted now? No, Frenzy shouldn't be busted. What's broken about Frenzy? Sadly, with cosmetics, typically leads to cool stuff being shop only. It does, yeah. They're not going to do any cosmetics in this game because they want you to earn what you have. Like, if it looks cool, they want somebody to be like, hey, that looks really cool. Where'd you get it? And you can tell them where to go camp it. That's what they want. I'm fine with all the transactions except for the experience bonus because at the end, anything that you pay for give you experience, pay to win. I agree, yeah. I think the experience bonus is one of the things. Like, I play Diablo, right? I'm fine with paying a box price for Diablo, paying for every expansion, and then paying for some cosmetics if I want them. That's Diablo 4 at this point. But I don't have to pay a monthly fee, monthly sub. I can just jump on the game whenever I want, play it whenever I want, and that's it. So I'm okay with it. You know, cool. Sounds good to me. So yeah, having to pay extra to play 3 days early is mad crazy. Yeah, it is. I was trying to hit Frenzy with one proc of Vengeance and it didn't go off. It should go off. I do it all the time. Frenzy is what I use right now. I've got I've got 2 procs, but it should go off. It only lasts for 15 seconds though, so you gotta get more procs or you gotta use them up. And mine's about to fade, and it faded before I could use Frenzy. So, bummer, dude. But it should go off. I don't have any issues with Frenzy, so if it's not going off, then I'm not sure what's happening there. But yeah, these companies are just they're too predatory to me these days. Like Ashes of Creation, that's another one. Hey, everybody, give us thousands of dollars to come play our beta, and then we're gonna spend that money on houses and boats and stuff. Like, what the heck? These companies are terrible, man. And I will tell you, I'll do the same thing if they do it with Monsters of Memories. I'm gonna poop all over the company if Monsters of Memories does the same thing. If there's some sort of rug pull going on with Niche World's Cult, you can guarantee that I'm just gonna scream from the highest mountain. But so far, I don't see any rug pull happening. Found out about this game yesterday. Pretty sure I've already mentally subbed for a year. Nice. I love it. I love it. I'll be here for sure. Day 1 of early access, and for an undetermined amount of time after that. I plan to be playing this game a bunch. Some human beings are just trash people. Some of them are. You're right. You're right. I had a run-in with one yesterday. I'm not going to get involved in all that. I had a bad day yesterday with a couple people. Monster Memory can only rug pull for $15. That's true. That's true. All they have is $15. You pay $15. You like the game or don't like the game. That's it. That's all you're investing. Don't go out to lunch one day. Just like pack a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and you can buy a month of Monsters of Memories. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, are you kidding me? $15, man. That's... You can't go to McDonald's for $15 anymore. What would make you more mad? Niche World's Cult doing a rug pull, or the fact the rug pull would leave you with nothing but Pantheon to play? Ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah, I don't plan on playing Pantheon, so... I would be upset... What would make me upset is if Niche World's Cult did a rug pull, I wouldn't have a good game to play and stream, and I wouldn't see many of you every day. That's what I would be most upset about. Is like I would go back to probably variety streaming, which is very, very, very hard to do, and gain an audience, because I like when I did variety streaming, I played everything. You name it, I would play it. And the problem is, most people don't want that out of a channel, right? And if you do, you go to like CoCarnage. Like that's if you really want variety streaming, CoCarnage or Dan's Gaming, or like one of the bigger streamers that does all the variety stuff. And that's those people are good enough. So yeah, that would be my biggest issue with it. Don't order the espresso martini. Yes, don't order an espresso martini, and boom, you now can pay for Monsters of Memories for a month. There was a lot of new players that came from EQL to play the beta in Monsters of Memories. It was super cool to see. First time ever playing EQ. Wanted something slower. Came to M&M. That's awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. $15 a month is reasonable these days. So many people buy games at that price. Play less than a month. Oh, yeah. I paid... What was it? What was the name of that game? The first-person shooter game that was really popular? Tarkov. I bought Tarkov. I paid the $100 for Tarkov. I think I played maybe 10 hours of that game total. And I spent $100 on it. Yeah. Like, that was like years ago, but... I mean, I could go back and play it today, but I just have no... I have no I don't know. It just wasn't my type of game. It wasn't for me. If you rent one movie from Amazon, it's $15. It is, yeah. Like it's crazy, dude. Netflix now is more expensive than a month of Monsters of Memories. It's like $23 or something for a month of Netflix. Like, think about that. How much do you watch Netflix? And then how much would you play Monsters and Memories? That's a serious question. I play Monsters and Memories far more than I watch Netflix. I watch Netflix like I might binge watch a show, one show a month. You know? That's... What are shows these days? 10 episodes at an hour each? That's 10 hours. That's it. What am I paying for Netflix for? Paying $23 a month for 10 hours of entertainment? Crazy. Crazy. Supergirl and Obsession are $30 to rent. That's nuts. I really hope Trent blesses me with a key on Friday. I can't stop watching streams about Eminem, so I'm ready for it to release. Hey. I hope Trent doesn't give you a key so you continue watching the stream. No. I hope you get a key as well. I hope you get a key. I wish everybody could get in and play the beta. I really do. If the devs gave me keys, I'd be giving them away every day. But they haven't given me any keys to give away, so. Unfortunately. You'll never get a key? Rip. Don't worry about it too much. 6 weeks, man. 6 weeks, and all of us are going to be in the same boat. Or we're going to be loading up the boat in 6 weeks. Because the approximately 6 weeks, they're going to be shutting down the servers. And then we're all going to get on that boat. We're getting on Noah's Ark. On our way to Monsters and Memories. October 1st. Are you going to play up until they shut down beta? Yep, I'll be streaming this and playing it every day up until they shut down beta. That is my plan. That is my plan. Don't worry, boss man. I'll stick around. You seem like a cool guy. Hey, I try. I try to be cool. I am not a cool guy. I am well, I guess when it comes to nerd culture, I might be a cool guy within nerd culture. Like, I'm a cool nerd, I guess. But yeah, I'm not cool. Eminem has so many open playtests over the years. If you haven't played, you didn't want to. Yeah, but some people didn't find out about it until recently. Like, I totally get that a lot of people did not play this game in some of the open tests. Like, I didn't know about this game until about a year ago. And I'm very into the MMO category. Like, the MMO genre is my favorite genre of games. By far. It's not even close. And I didn't know about this game until a year ago. So if you didn't know about this game either, like, totally understandable. Like, I'm a content creator. I play a lot of MMOs. I stream a lot of MMOs. I talk to a lot of people outside of gaming about gaming in general. I try to keep up with it, and I still didn't know about this game until a year ago. Like, that's saying something. So the more casual players, the people that have, you know, like they've got day jobs, they've got families, they've got, you know, all sorts of other things that they do in their daily lives. How would they know about this game? Not unless they become, you know, part of a circle. It's crazy. Just to be lucky, I got one from a random guy in chat. You can do that as well. Yeah. Sometimes we have people come into chat and they're like, "Hey, I got access. I don't have any friends to play with. Does anybody want to be my friend and get a friend key?" And they give them away. So it happens. Beta will shut down. EA will open up, and we'll all spend a day fighting to be able to log in together. Yes, absolutely. I will be here with you when they launch the servers, and we can all cry together about why the servers are so laggy and crashing. And there's no mobs to kill because everybody's fighting over each other to kill mobs. We can all be together in that pain. It'll be great. I hope they bring back the Discord forums, disliking the web forums. I don't like the web forums either. I don't know who did those, but they're very old school. I don't think I've seen a website that looks like that since the 90s. Like, it's just kind of like, whoa. So yeah, but they're gonna make them better, hopefully. Am I allowed to send a link? Probably not. I think I have links turned off. I think they wasted time making the forums. Maybe. We'll see. They just The forums are a lot like a beta test of a game, right? We got to give them feedback, let them know what they need to change in the forums, and hopefully they change it. Hopefully. One of the guys, well, one of the developers, the one that's working on the webpage, apparently is colorblind. So try not to pick on him too much. I picked on him a bunch too because the colors were just like, what? These are bad. But apparently they're colorblind, so try not to pick on them too much about that. I found out about that after the fact. I should have been more sensitive to it, and I wasn't. Discord is incredibly bad for finding info. Give me forums anytime. Why is it bad for finding info? Like, what do you find bad about it? I don't find that the Discord... It takes getting used to. If you're not used to using Discord, it definitely takes getting used to learn how to search for things and to find things and all that. It does take getting used to. You're almost a cool nerd. You'd be a lot cooler if you played on the PvP server. No, thank you. Someone tried to recreate Discord in a web forum. They did, yeah. You can't search for anything? What do you mean you can't search for anything? You can absolutely search for anything. It's a little wonky. I agree with that. And it's not intuitive, necessarily. But you can search for a lot. So the search function is not the best. Yeah, you can search, but little shows up. Yeah, you have to be very specific with your search. It's not like going to Google and doing a web search, right? Google has like a very smart web search algorithm. Discord, not so much. So I mean I get where you're coming from. It's not. Discord is not easy to use, especially when you first get into it. Did the invite link go through? It did not. No, you can't link anything. I've got links turned off. If you have an invite link, a friend link, we can absolutely use it, and I can give it to somebody if you want to do that. You can send it to me in Discord. If you want to, or PM somebody directly. If like this crypt tag, if you wanna do it that way, you can PM somebody directly if you want to do that, or you can send it to me, and I can always do like a giveaway of some sort for it. Whatever you want to do, man. It's your friend pass, so you do what you want with it. I'm more worthy. Hey, I'm not gonna argue that. You can search everything that particular person wrote in the entire Discord. It's good when you know how to use it. Yeah, it's exactly. You have to learn how to use it. There's a learning curve to Discord for sure. Man, we are blasting through some bugs today. We're just slaughtering these spiders. Get wrecked, spiders! This is one of my favorite named enemies in the game that were camping here today. So when the name spawns, it's a human. But when you attack it, it turns into a dryad. Pretty cool. Are you just grinding for gear in here? I am, we're helping people level. So Volts and Sam both need XP. And then, yeah, we're just kind of, you know, getting gear drops, item drops. Just, you know, it gives us something to do. I could be playing a lot of different characters, but I want to try out the fighter a bunch because they just did the fighter deep dive. So we're kind of playing that. And you're just helping other players level up and gear up and all that. That's what we do around here. It's our favorite thing to do. Yeah, kind of showing people around. Exactly. Another thing that we're doing is like showing off different zones, different dungeons, different named camps. People have been asking me a lot lately, like, hey, where can I camp these things, and where can I do this, and where's a good XP camp for different level ranges? So we've been kind of showing off different places that you can go and explore. There's the Brood Mistress right there. Is the Brood Mistress? I don't think she turns into a Dryad when you attack her. But that's what... So I guess it's an elf then. It's an elf that she starts out as, and then turns into a Dryad. You send it on Discord? Okay, I'll check it out slowly. We'll do a giveaway for it sometime. Probably not today though. But maybe I'll set it up for tomorrow. So you're gonna have to come back to the stream tomorrow, and we'll try to do a giveaway for it. One thing's for sure, she doesn't like clothes. She sure doesn't. Yeah, there you go. See, turned into a Dryad kind of thing. Like it turned into a spider. Pretty cool, huh? Like that's what I like about these. It's a really cool idea. I guess she just turns into a spider. It's not really a Dryad because she doesn't have like a human torso with a spider legs. But still a very cool idea. But yeah, the wood elves do not like clothes. Oh my goodness gracious. They are a bit on the skinny side. And they basically just use leaves. Have you ever watched that TV show, Naked and Afraid? It's like that. That's the wood elves. Drider, you mean? Dryad is something entirely different. Yeah, Dryad is Drider. Thank you for correcting me there, Italica. You are correct. I was wrong. My bad. Dryad is like a fairy type. More like a fairy type creature. Yeah, the Drider. It's hot in the dungeon. It is hot. It is very, very warm in this dungeon. They gotta take off all their clothes. It's so hot in here. Take off all your clothes. Getting so hot. What is that song? I'm gonna take my clothes off. Was that a song from like the 90s? Who was that? Oh. Was it Nelly? Nelly was that? Okay. Hey, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Was Nelly the weird one? Did he become the weird guy? Oh, I don't remember. I don't keep track of all those. Was that 2000s? It was all a blur back then. It was all a blur. They're all weird. They are. You're not wrong. Some of those R&B artists were very, very strange indeed. During the 2 or 3 week break, beta comes down. I'm gonna make custom maps with level ranges and stuff. Awesome. That sounds fun. I'll join your Discord when I get home from work today. If you want a copy. Yeah, sounds good. I don't use my Discord nearly enough. I would like to use it more. So let's find ways to use the Discord more. Let's do it. I'm down. Nelly was one of the Band-Aid on the cheek. Did he do that? They're all so strange. So strange. I sub, now you have to group with me. You are welcome to join our groups. Not because you subbed, But yeah, we invite people from the chat all the time. I don't usually make the groups. Esar does. He puts them together. I just come along and tank. But if you are a tank and you join our group, I might try to play a cleric. Had a rubber band on the cheek. He started it all? Okay. R. Kelly was the weird one. They're all weird, man. You're 15 Kozo Mage. Okay. How you liking the fighter changes? I am. I'm liking them a lot. Well, 15 Mage. Okay. I don't think I have any characters in that level range right now, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm liking the fighter changes. They didn't do a whole lot of changes. They just made the fighter. They just made the fighter a little more tanky with its shield block. I do like the Juggernaut ability a lot. That's a cool one to have. They actually, I feel like, increased the DPS of the fighter because they gave it more abilities it can use. So overall, it's just a net positive with the fighter. Hurry up and level 1. We might. I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on. No promises. No promises. Why doesn't Eminem have character-specific keybinds? That would be a nice quality of life thing that they could add for sure. They do have it now where you can like you can open the editor. So edit UI, and then you can save and import and stuff, the different UIs. But yeah, I don't think they have a specific keybind. So like if you want to have a different UI for your healer versus your tank versus your DPS, you could set up different UIs. I have personally not done that yet, but maybe they'll get there. They do. It's a checkbox. Different for for specific keybinds. They have that. Do they? Feeling a bit more clunky with this change. You're talking about the fighter feels a bit more clunky. I mean, it is because you have to get those procs, right? You have to get the vengeance procs rather than just using your abilities. Settings interface all the way down says per character keybinds. There you go. Weird spot to place it. That is a weird spot to place it, but hey, they have it. I learned something new today. Even I learned something new. What? Yeah, I didn't know that was there. Hey, there's the name. There's a named. So you go here, you go to settings, you go to interface, and scroll all the way down. Per character keybinds. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to have to set that up myself. Because I definitely want to have different keybinds for my different characters. For sure. Ugh. It would be nice if you could do a partial account wide, like for movement, auto run, etc. Yeah, What camp is this? This is I call it the spider camp in Glass Flats. I don't know what it's dubbed as like by the community. Oh shoot. Hang on a second. We'll see what this guy dropped. Nope, not that. He dropped the silk slippers. I bet Dory wants those. Dory, you want those? Silk slippers are pretty good. Int caster slippers. On top of Surgeon? Yeah, it's above Surgeon. Yeah. If you know where the Surgeon is in Glass Flats. It is kind of right. It's almost directly above that, actually. Would be nice if you could do... yep, we read that part. I'm trying to read everything, man. There's an easy way to get up here, though. There's a bridge that you can get to. Do you know where the safe hill is? In Glass Flats, safe hill in the undead area. Right on that safe hill, there's a bridge, like a kind of semi-broken bridge. Go across the bridge, and it comes right into this room that we're in right now. How you been doing anyway? Do you like the new fighter? I do like the new fighter. Some of it is good, yeah. I'm still curious what they're going to do with the other tanks, though. I'm going to have to compare the other tanks to the fighter once they start doing those. And it looks like we're going to be getting the Paladin and Inquisitor soon. Shadow Knight, not for a while. I hate that my Shadow Knight going to be pretty much the last class. Yeah, I think it was what, Shadow Knight, then Ranger? The last two? It's going to be rough. Rough. McRuff, the crime dog. Yeah, it's feels bad because we have 6 weeks-ish left of beta, and they still have 9 classes to go. So the chances that we're going to be able to get in these classes and be able to test them a little bit and see how they play, not looking great. It's not looking great. Will Shadow Knight be before EA? If not, why play one since it's going to get unknown rework? Well, exactly. That's kind of the issue, right? Like, they're trying to get them in before EA. What? They're trying to get them in before EA, but who knows, man? Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen with that. I hope that they can get them in before EA. Because I would like to be able to at least see them in game and play, either play it myself or play with somebody to kind of see the different classes. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But the thing is, none of this is going to be balanced before EA. So even if the classes come in, the only thing you really should be looking at right now is how the class plays. Do you like the play style of that class? Because it might get stronger, it might get weaker, it might stay the same when early access actually hits. I feel like the Rogue and the Wizard both need to come up. Their DPS is still way too low for what they are. I feel like the Cleric needs to something needs to happen with the cleric to where it's actually needed in a group where, you know, like a druid and a shaman can keep up with heals easily enough, but they also have a lot more utility. So something needs to happen with that. But we'll see what they do. Archer's even worse than Rogue. Is it really? I felt like Archers were pretty good DPS now. Are they worse? DPS-wise? We got the named. Woohoo! Shadow Knight really has few good skill and a lot of useless ones, so I wonder what they're going to do. I hope they take away a lot of the skills, and I think they're going to take away a lot of the skills. So my understanding of what they're doing with all the different hybrid classes is they're taking away basically every ability from the hybrid, the parent hybrid class. So like Shadow Knight and Necromancer skills. They're going to take away all of those skills, and then they're going to make Shadow Knight equivalents of those that are going to be more unique to the Shadow Knight. So, will a Shadow Knight still have Feigned Death? Probably. But it's not going to be the same as the Necromancer Feigned Death. You know, will they have fear and life taps and all that? Probably. But they're going to work differently than how they currently are. That's my guess. So, we'll have to see. Archer is significantly worse than Rogue? How so? I haven't had a chance to play the Archer yet. I played with Archers, and they seem to be okay. But, like, what's wrong with it? People have said that my Archer does good DPS, even though I don't have good gear. That's what I keep hearing from people, is that the Archer still does pretty good damage. So, I don't know. If you do an ability comparison, it's similarly worse. If you assume that melee auto attack is the same as like their bow auto attack. What's the difference between Archer and Ranger? Big difference. There's going to be even a bigger difference soon. So Archer is going to be your ranged DPS, physical ranged DPS class. Ooh, we got the Rod of Consumption. Gratz Volts, I guess. I think he's the only one. Is it? Yeah, he's the only one that can use it, right? So yeah, Archer is going to be a ranged physical DPS class, and it's got like some utility built in with its traps and stuff, where it can root mobs and snare mobs and things like that. The Ranger is going to be, I think, more of a melee class and less of a ranged class. I think it will have some ranged abilities, but it's mostly going to be a range or a melee DPS class. Mostly. So, yeah. So if you assume dual wield equals bow, okay. So Rogue's base damage and plus % damage and has extra abilities. Okay. All right, hang on. I gotta pull. Oh no, I got snared in the web. Walking in the spider web, so leave a message and I'll call you back. No doubt. Yeah, if you're comparing like ability to ability, I mean Rogues might do more. I think Rogue should do more damage than Archer though, not like crazy more, but Archer is ranged, so they shouldn't do as much damage because they have less risk. Yeah, I mean I kind of agree with that. I think that the Archer is going to have a bit more utility, but I feel like the utility is about the same between them now. But the main difference being the Archer is a ranged class and the Rogue is a melee class. Also, the Rogue has to stand behind the mob to get the biggest benefit out of their class. So an archer doesn't have to do that. Thirdly, the archer is a better solo class than the rogue. So there's 3 different things that makes it to where the rogue should be better DPS, in my opinion, than the archer. For those 3 reasons just mentioned. So that's my take on it. But yeah, some people are going to disagree. Some people are going to agree. You know, I hate that argument because then you can make the same argument for wizard. Leather almost equals cloth. Yeah, you could make the same argument for a wizard, sure. You could. Like wizards have a different thing, right? They're wearing cloth armor. They're ranged, but the wizard has more burst damage, so it's a little different. It's got the burst damage as opposed to the sustain damage, so they're different. But I think that the wizard should be good, like really good DPS, I feel like. But yeah. Afternoon Criddle, where you guys at? Looks neat. We are in the undead. So there's an undead area in Glass Flats. The top floor of that, there's like a building kind of built into the side of the wall or inside of the mountain or whatever. And inside of that is this spider area. That's where we are currently at today. Glass Flats spiders. Rogue has significantly more utility. Archer has some snares. What utility does it bring, though? Wizards have spells for defense. Cloth is irrelevant. They do. You're right on that, yeah. Archers can definitely solo better than rogues, I think. Yeah. I would think so. Like based on what I know, which is probably not much. Never got up there. Just been at the bottom around the tower. It looks super fun. Yeah, if you've been around that bottom area, this is the higher level section of it. So that bottom area is like low 50s. This is like mid 50s. I think it actually used to be up to like we used to level here up to the level 60 range. All right, hang on a second. Let me do this. I think this wore off, and this, and this. All right, let's go pull some more. Whee! Sap for single pulling, various stuns, debuffs, also has snares. Does sap really work all that well, though, anymore? Did they change it, or did they not change it? I know it doesn't work on undead, which is like half the enemies in the game. But yeah, anyway, like, I mean, people are going to have different opinions on it. I do think that rogue needs to come up DPS-wise. Archer, maybe. I don't know. I think rogue and wizard should be top DPS classes, though. That's just my opinion on it. Sap works as well as lull and pacify. Well, lull and pacify don't work very well at all anymore. Not unless you have high charisma. I haven't played, but it seems like that Beastmaster is doing well as DPS. Beastmaster DPS is very good. Yeah, if you add in their pet and their DPS, it's very solid. Rogue, Wizard, Archer should be top DPS classes, or get rid of Archer entirely. I mean, I would have liked them to get rid of the Ranger and just not even have a Ranger and just have the Archer and then have the Spellblade. I just don't feel like there's really a place for the Ranger, but we'll see how they change it. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. It might. Personally, I feel like Beastmaster does more than Rogue at the moment. It might. It might. Like, it's hard to tell, but it's very possible. I think the Spellblade does insane damage right now. Spellblade might be doing the most of the DPS classes, or at least the melee DPS. Well, yeah, it just might be doing the most of the DPS classes. Maybe. Seems like Twink Beastmasters are the best DPS in the low to mid levels. They could be. I need to talk to Hoku and find out what's going on with that. He's got a level 60 Beastmaster, all twinked out like best gear in the game. And I need to find out from him what he thinks about the Beastmaster currently. My Beastmaster's only level 32, and not super twinked out. You know, don't have a lot of gear or anything on him. I've got a few things, but Ranger's a wasted class. Yeah, I think so too. I think the Ranger, yeah, it's just not needed. But that's just me. Dory, hello, Dory. It does seem that there's some redundancy now between Archer, Ranger, and Beastmaster. Yeah, they're all going to be like melee martial class. Well, I guess the Archer's not, but yeah, it's just all martial melee classes. My little Spellblade does crazy damage. Yeah, they do crazy good DPS. The reason I know this and my personal experience with it is I've been grouping lately with people on my fighter. And the people that pull aggro from me, those are the ones that I can tell are doing. Oh, big pull coming in. Got a big pull coming, like 5 mobs. Those are the ones that pull aggro off of me. I know that are the higher DPS classes, right? And Spellblade can pull aggro off of me probably easier than any other class. I think they should have Spellblade, a debuff class with mana damaging abilities. They might be doing that with the Inquisitor, though, just not a DPS version of it. That might be what they're planning with the Inquisitor. So, yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. The Spellblade, though, being like a good magic debuff class would be really cool. For sure. Aggro DPS comment. Some classes have good aggro D abilities. Some don't. Well, yeah, but that's still kind of. Problem I have with Spellblade is that all they seem to do is whack things. Yeah, that is all they do. Yeah, that is. I feel like the issue with the rogue is more so their backstab damage needs to be way higher, like significantly higher. Do you prefer playing melee or ranged classes? I don't know, man. I would prefer to play like a spellcaster class because the utility in this game is just so good. It's so nice to have all the utility that spellcasters have. Like it's just super nice. Rogue shouldn't pull aggro off you because their aggro drop should prevent that. It should. It should. Nice there's some crossover spells between classes, but every class needs a strong core identity. I agree with that, yeah. I want classes to be very unique. And I want them to all do something special that they do better than everybody else. And I know there's a lot of people that disagree with that, but the fighter being the best tank, the cleric being the best healer, you know, things like that. The enchanter being the best CC. That I like that in a game. So but keep the game balanced, but in a different way. Like the imbalance is a good thing, I think, ultimately. But you just got to do it the right way. Oh, got named again. Oh no, I got feared. Ah! 7 seconds. Beastmasters are being the best. Yeah, they're pretty good right now. Spellblade would be way more fun if they gave it more utility and tinker with it. The way powers work, it's just annoying to play, even though they're laying the smackdown. Yeah, I don't like playing. I don't like the play style of the Spellblade at all. I can't stand the stance dancing. But that's just a preference, right? That's a gameplay preference where some people might like stance dancing and some people might not. You know, but power-wise, the Spellblade is in a very good place. Like, they're strong. They high DPS. They can solo. Like, there was a level 55 Spellblade we played with the other day, and he was saying that he tanks a lot for his groups, which I don't think they should be tanking because they're a solid DPS class. I don't think they should be tanks at all. But that's more like the lack of tanks at high level and the enemies not doing enough damage is the issue with that. Is Monk change good? On paper, the Monk change is spectacular. In practice, the Monk change is mediocre. It's not bad, but a lot of the Monk abilities just like they added a bunch of new abilities for the Monk to do for pulling, but they're on like long cooldowns and they just don't work very well. It's the protein mantle. Dory might want that as well. That's the good int caster mantle. Don't mind the way the monks work. They have DPS stance, tank stance, and I think another DPS stance. It's kind of a DPS-ish stance, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Monk is still a very good class, right? It does decent damage now. Let's see. It does decent damage now, so and it's still the best puller in the game. The tools that they gave it made it a better puller if you don't mind using the tools. And one of the tools, their pinning shot right now, is broken. It's supposed to be like a 30-second cooldown. Cloak of Shame. Oh. That's a different slot. Dory getting some new shoulders. Woohoo! I love gearing people up, man. We've been doing a lot of gearing people up lately, and it's great. Vor got some really good wrists yesterday. You know, going out and camping all these mobs, you know, they're getting decked out. Getting decked out. I love it. Is the new fighter shield used viable or relevant? So, yes. How you use it now, though, is kind of weird. So, what I would do is, if you look at the bottom of my screen right down here, I've got my shield right here. So, I take my shield, I swap it over, I use my ability, and then I swap back. That's how you use the shield abilities. So, the shield bash is on its own timer-ish, kind of. So, people are just basically swapping the shield over into their offhand, using the ability and then swapping back for the added threat. So if you have threat issues in your group as a fighter, that's what you do. Their other shield ability, though, the shield block ability, is nice when you're tanking, but you're going to lose threat for the extra defense, which is fine. Like, that's a good trade-off. But it's like every 20 seconds, shield block 5 gives you 350 absorption shield, damage absorption shield, that lasts for 5 seconds. So you want to make sure that you're tanking and you're going to take some big hits. And then you use that ability. But I think you can use that ability and swap back to dual wield. Like, you just put your shield on, use the ability, swap back to dual wield. So dual wield is still king for the it seems to be anyway for the fighter. A 59 Monk and the changes seemed mediocre for sure. Yeah, they're definitely mediocre. On paper, they were great. Absolutely great. Wrist has another wrist and trousers for you. Nice. Awesome. What changes do you think Rangers need to make to be a better class? What I'm hoping for with Rangers is they're going to be taking away all their druid spells and then making them more of a martial class. So they're going to make them more melee martial oriented. And they're going to have something similar to what rogues and archers get, like a trade skill kind of thing. And they're going to use foraging to forage special components to be able to make special things through survival that allow them to make, like, better items. Like, be able to make, like, a better bandages or special logs to put on your fire to give you better buffs in your camp, like a fire buff, things like that. That's the idea anyway. So we'll have to see what they do, but I like the idea of what they're planning to do with the Ranger. As far as combat's concerned, what I'm hoping for, what I would like to see, is an ability where Rangers can leap into combat to do some melee abilities, and then leap out of combat and do like a ranged ability, and leap back and forth, where they're jumping in and out of combat. Personally, I don't like that kind of gameplay for me, but I think it's a really cool way to play a class, a cool way to have a class that jumps in and out of combat, and that's how they do their DPS. So I'm kind of hoping they do something like that. I think that a lot of people would have a lot of fun with that. But we'll see. You know, like, I personally don't like stance dancing and things of that sort. And that's kind of like stance dancing, but a little bit different. Passive blocks generally not worth chasing. What do you mean passive blocks? Oh! To get a with a shield? No, not really. You don't block enough. Your added DPS from dual wielding seems to be better than the chance to block. So think of it this way. You're dual wielding and you do enough damage to kill a mob slightly faster. You're going to prevent one or two attacks completely, prevent one or two attacks because you're killing the mob. Whereas with a shield, even if you block twice, you're still only blocking half of the damage of those attacks. So block just isn't really worth chasing. It's just not worth having. So, anyway, that's my take on it. So Pantheon Ranger, I think, is the best solution to redundant class. Yeah, the Pantheon Ranger, I think, was a good idea. You hated the Leapfrog and Pantheon Ranger. There were a lot of people that did. Yeah, I don't like that gameplay personally, but I think it would be a nice addition to the gameplay, to this gameplay. Because there's no other class that does that, and it would be a unique play style in this game to give people a different option of play style. That's why I like it. The big ranger question is how their speed of the wild replaced will be. I think they're going to get a stance. And that stance is going to be kind of like D&D. If you ever play Dungeons and Dragons and you play a ranger and you choose a you choose an environment or whatever, like you choose a territory or whatever, a certain like desert or forest or whatever, and you can move faster in that area. I think it's going to be something like that. They can go in a stance that's going to be, it's going to give everybody in their party faster movement that's around them. Kind of like a bard. That's my guess of what they're going to do with that, but I don't know. As the Beastmaster Sow replaces, is very niche. Yeah, well, the Beastmaster one is exclusive to the Beastmaster. I think the Ranger one is going to work with a group. But it might be the same type of situation. Like, it's only going to give you 15% or 20% or something run speed, but it's going to be group-wide. Again, just a guess. Yeah, I mean, fair on the Leapfrog Ranger. You always just play Archer if you want to blast people. Yeah. Big question is, will Ranger feel bad indoors? That is another very big question. Yeah, I agree. Very big question mark on that one. Because they did say that they want to make Rangers better in outdoor. And then it's going to be like, okay, so do you take a Ranger into a dungeon? You know, like, would you ever want to take a Ranger into a dungeon? And that's going to feel really bad if that's the case. You know, like, Rangers are going to be like, oh, nobody's going to want to take him into a dungeon, and then dungeons are going to be the best place to get XP and loot. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, Rangers don't get to have XP and loot, I guess. They don't deserve to be in dungeons. Yeah, that's going to feel really bad if they do that. Hopefully they don't. Beastmaster Run Aura is group-wide. It's not self... Oh, it is group-wide? I didn't know it was group-wide. Okay, then it's only 15%. Then I expect the Ranger one to be very similar to that. I thought it was self-only. How they can make Ranger do anything, any pulling now? They nerf lull. I mean, they have ways that they could do it, you know, through root and snares. Rangers are supposed to be the king of snaring, is what the write-up kind of said originally. So they might have something with that. I don't know. Beastmaster speed is at least the only one that works indoors now. It does, yeah. Supposedly it does work indoors. So that's good. And then also Monk, their wind speed run, their wind run speed bonus, I think also works indoors, I believe. So if it's like D&D and you pick your environment, what if you pick dungeon? Well, I mean, yeah, maybe. What if they did that? That would be really cool. I think that would be a good thing to do for Beastmasters. Or sorry, not Beastmasters, Rangers. Have Rangers like, you know, just fleet of foot Ranger ability. Ranger stance, you know. With the deep, that could make sense. Could. It could. Ranger is king of snaring, but Wizard, Druid, Necro, Shadow Knight all have stronger snares. Well, I think they're going to be making... Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Yes, it's kind of silly. But I think that the Ranger is going to get, like, snare traps that they're going to be able to put down. Like, they're going to be using their foraging to make to craft up, like, a trap. Kind of like how archers do it now. That's my guess. Like, I don't know what their plan is, but yeah. I was in Black Tide Bay and was working like it was outdoors. He casts out. Yeah, Black Tide Bay is considered an outdoor dungeon right now. I saw that myself. I don't know why. I think that was just missed somewhere. But it is considered to be an outdoor dungeon at the moment. So they need to fix that, because I don't think it's supposed to be outdoors, but maybe. How will the deep vary between indoors and outdoors? The deep itself is considered outdoors. So if you are in the deep and just kind of moving around in the deep, it is considered outdoors. It's like there's going to be an ocean in the deep. There's going to be like massive areas like the size of glass flats in the deep. It's not going to just be filled with a bunch of dungeons. Those are going to be considered outdoor places. In the future, though, they do want to make it have special things that work above ground and special things that work in the deep. That's the plan anyway, from my understanding, is that they're trying to do something like that, where they might have certain abilities that only work outside above ground, or maybe only work in the deep. So yeah, we'll have to see what they do with that, but that's like a future thing. So you're saying I can be a deep elf druid? I don't know if you can or not. It might be possible. You could look at the website, look under deep elf, and see what classes they can be. I don't remember the classes off the top of my head, but they have them listed on the website. The size of glass flats. Yeah, there's going to be there's going to be zones the size of like glass flats in the deep eventually. May not be at the start, but think of the deep like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Was it Tears of the Kingdom that did the deep area, or Tears of the Kingdom did the sky area, right? But think of it that way. There's like a whole world on top and a whole world underneath. And they're like two separate worlds. Deep gnomes can be druid, but not deep elf. There you go. Boar's got you covered. Don't want to copy EverQuest too hard, but alternate advancement would really do things at 60. They want to do 100% Gamma Land. Yeah. They want to do their own spin on AAs. So expect those in the future. Probably not until after 1.0. But they do want to do that. So look for it in the future. It might be one of the things that Sean recently talked about. Actually might be one of their AA type systems. They're going to be redoing all the traits in the game. Like every trait that you pick at character creation. But what you're going to have is you're going to pick a trait in the beginning, and what it sounded like he wanted to do was where you can build upon that trait in-game somehow. Like you do some quests, you kill some enemies, you something like that, and you can go like trait level 1 that you start with, and then you get trait level 2, trait level 3, trait level 4, like different tiers of the traits. And you have to do something in-game to get that. And then he also spoke of end-game types of traits, where it's going to be more of an end-game kind of thing where you unlock a trait in-game by doing something special, is what it sounded like. So he did not elaborate that much on it, but the way that it sounded was very AA type of situation where once you hit level 60, you can then go and earn a trait. Another way they're looking at doing some sort of alternate advancement kind of thing is through the deities. So right now, if you look right here, I have Devotion Novice, and you have different deities. And if you want to see what your deity is, you can hit P and look up at the top somewhere. I think it's in here. Trait. No, maybe it's not in here. Somewhere you can see it. I don't remember where you can see it. Is it just on your... Oh, right here, Master War. So it's right here at the top. I'm Master War. So that is my deity that I follow right now. And what you're supposed to be able to do with the deities is you build up your faction with them. Very much like an AA style thing where you go out and you do something to build up your your faction. Once you get your faction high enough, it might unlock certain abilities, or it might unlock certain items that you can spend to get a new sword for that specific deity that might be a really good weapon, right? Stuff like that. So that's kind of what they're planning on doing with their AA, but we'll see. Me magic resist or useless. Yeah, the magic resist one being arguably the better one right now. I just want the ability for my wizard to kind of feel different from other wizards. Not sure how much that exists already. You're not going to get a lot of that. Like, all wizards are basically the same. If you play any class, every other class is going to be basically the same. There's not going to be really any type of, oh, well, I spec differently than you. That's at least not going to be in the beginning. Maybe in the future, but not in the beginning. Infravision and magic resist, everything else. Yeah, that's what people say for sure. If the new traits work as good as magic resist, that would be great. Well, I think the idea is that the new traits are going to be weaker, and then you're going to be able to make them stronger over time. So we'll see. The devotion screen has a tab in inventory. Yeah, I think it does, doesn't it? Like, is it under? Is it under the no faith? Yeah, right here. But you're going to be able to build that up. There's nothing you can really do with it. But yeah, you're going to be able to build that up, and we need to go the other way first. And the higher your devotion with a specific god, the more things you'll get, more abilities, or be able to buy new items and whatnot. So that's the idea. Oh, they let you change corpse lingering. That's too many dead spiders. Well, you can get rid of them. Like if I loot these. See how they go away? So yeah, you can get rid of all those. You just have to click on them. Do a slash corpse or slash hide corpse space all space looted. So every time you click on a corpse and loot it, and then space always. So it will take all corpses and any corpse that is looted. Or something like that. I think it's, or maybe it's just hide corpse looted always. That might be what it is. Hide corpse looted always. Yeah, Italica got it right. Hide corpse looted always. And then whenever you right click it to loot it, whether you take everything off of it or not, it makes it, see like these, I'm leaving these items on here, and then it still makes it disappear. So that just helps you get rid of all that junk. Can't wait to play? I can't wait to play either. I can't wait to play for realsies. We're playing kind of right now. I like how EQ2 differentiated between the classes, even though they were, say, a bard. You had different songs for dirge and troubadour. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that. I kind of don't like that, but it just kind of added in. It kind of added in additional classes, right? It went from, what, 12 classes to, like, 24 classes. It kind of does something like that. This game's got 18 classes in it. That's plenty of classes. Versus Beast that largely dropped nothing. I still think the game has a large issue where you're mostly only driven to camp humanoids. Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, Beast in this game don't drop a lot. Like, if you kill a wolf or a bear, you'll at least get a pelt. Or kill spiders, you get spider silk. You know, so that's okay. But yeah, for the most part, if you kill a beast, you don't get coin. And they don't drop the cloth, leather, you know, the crafting materials. The main crafting materials. They don't drop those. So yeah, it kind of feels bad. But hopefully they add more to it. How many hours do you think it takes to get to 60? Depends on the class that you play. And it depends on if you solo or group. Like, right now, it could be anywhere from 150 hours to 600 hours to go from level 1 to 60. If you are on a good solo class and you know what you're doing, 150 hours. If you are a duo and you know what you're doing, 200 to 300 hours, depending on the duo, depending on a couple factors. If you're in a party of 6 and if you're in a static party of 6, doesn't matter what the party of 6 is for the most part, you're looking at 400 to 500 hours. If you're trying to pug and do a lot of pickup groups in a full party of 6, you're looking at 600 hours or more, depending on how long it takes you to get a group. So it's a very big difference. Ideally, choice should be expressed by memorization choice. Yeah. I mean, it should be. I agree, but it's not. Like what abilities you choose and all that kind of stuff could make a difference, and it does make a difference. Like I could go right now on my fighter. I could go full defensive. I could put on a shield, and I could use my shield abilities, and I could have my my second wind ability up, all of that kind of stuff, and I would take less damage. I would be more defensive. I would be much easier to heal, but I would be doing far less damage and have far less threat than I currently have. So most people, though, over time will gravitate to... Why is this not charging? There it goes. Will gravitate to one or the other, because one, like, dual wield for the DPS and the threat is just far better than using a shield for the fighter. So over time, people will start to do that. And the players that choose to do, because there are players that do this for whatever reason, there are players that choose to do the less popular thing, right? They choose, I want to be a swordboard fighter and I will not go dual wield and I'm only going to use defensive abilities. And they're just going to be worse off, and eventually people will not want to group with them. That's what's going to end up happening. So, yeah. Sorry, Dory. Dory said yes, please. To the belt. I was going to loot that for her. Easier to find it that way. So, yeah, anyway, that's kind of how it works. Auto split beast junk to the metas. Yeah, like there's a lot of that too. A lot of people want to have like auto splitting. They want to have a loot window that pops up. They want to do all that kind of stuff. Whether they'll do that or not, who knows? Like in the fighter update, overall the fighter update isn't bad. It's got some good, it's got some bad. Well, it's really got nothing bad about it. There's some things that just didn't change. But yeah, overall it's fine. It's a solid class. Did you say it would take 500 to 600 hours to get to 60? Yes. If you're playing like a class that requires a group and you pug every day and you're sitting waiting for groups and doing all that stuff and you always join groups of 6, parties of 6, it will take you 500 to 600 hours to get to max level. Yes. Absolutely. Maybe more. Depending on how long you're sitting LFG. And depending on how efficient the groups are that you get into. Because I've been in groups before that are just very slow. They're not efficient at all. Super slow. They will they pull like one mob at a time. They take breaks so that everybody's full mana between kills. And you know, if everybody's not full mana, they'll sit there and wait. And they think that they are helping out the group, and they're like, "Oh, we're making it fair for everybody, and we're trying to, you know, make sure that everybody can do everything they want to do, and etc. All that kind of stuff. Anyway, they're just hurting themselves. They're making the game take way longer. So it depends on the group that you get into. These are just averages? Yeah, they're averages for sure. I'd be pugging Casual Shaman or something. I would recommend, if you don't want to spend 600 hours in groups, I would recommend, as a Shaman, to find a good duo partner or just solo. A Shaman can solo fairly well, actually. But a good duo partner, like find a fighter, or a ranger, or a beastmaster, or, you know, find a good duo partner, and the two of you just go ham. You're going to level up significantly faster. If you find as a shaman, find a good duo partner, you're going to get to max level 200 to 250 hours. You'll do it very, very quickly. Compared to other classes. Unless they change something, which I'm hoping they change. I hope that they incentivize grouping more. Right now, grouping is not as good as solos or duos or trios. And what they're trying to do is make the game harder for the smaller groups rather than incentivize and give a benefit to the larger groups. So they're just trying to be like, oh, well, we don't want solos and duos to be able to XP this fast, so we're going to add these extra abilities on monsters, or we're going to give them more health or more armor class or whatever. So they're trying to do that, which is okay. It's an okay way to do it. It's not a terrible way to do it, but it's just a different way of incentivizing people to go into groups. But when it takes so much longer to XP in a full group, people are still going to choose solo or duos or trios. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. I need Speed of the Wild. There we go. I see somebody casting it. Whee! Look at me go. I'm running like the wind. Do, 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 do. Where do we get the monsters down here yet? Yeah, there's a couple down here. Let's grab them. The stick method of incentivizing groups is just annoying. I'm not a fan of it. Use the carrot instead. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Give people a reason to be excited about grouping and make it something they want. That is my take on it as well. That's absolutely my take on it. I don't like the let's punish soloers and duoers to force them into groups. I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. And on top of that, it's going to give an advantage to the hardcore player and give a disadvantage to the more casual player. Even though it seems like it gives an advantage to the casual player over the hardcore player, but it doesn't. It does the opposite effect, or it has the opposite effect. But hey, they'll decide what they want to do, and that'll be that. The devs have definitely made some interesting choices over the time that I've been playing the game, and some are good, some are bad. So we'll see what happens. Wait, we got to go this way, I think, first? Yeah. These mobs first. Let's be fair, you're against PvP, so I would think you're out of touch with gamers. I am against PvP in this game. I am not against PvP, period. I just don't think that PvP in this style of game is going to be received very well by most people. They're going to have to do some drastic changes to PvP if they want it to be popular. It will not end up being popular. I'm all for PvP. Like, PvP can be a lot of fun. Games like League of Legends or Dota, or like team-based games, even PvP in World of Warcraft, doing like the arena type PvP, super fun. I loved Huttball in Star Wars. I thought Huttball was a lot of fun, PvP. There's some great ways that they can do PvP. Dark Age of Camelot PvP with Realm versus Realm. Fun PvP. But in this game, it's going to be very unfair. Depending on what class you choose, you're going to have a very unfair advantage or disadvantage. And it's just not going to sit well with most people. In addition to that, there's going to be a lot of griefers. That's going to be the bigger part, actually, is the people that get joy out of making other people feel miserable and feel like they're not, like, removing the fun of another player is what makes some people have fun. And that's going to run rampant in this game. So that's the reason I'm against PvP in this particular style of game. I know you're just messing with me, but I want to explain it to those that may not be here. Ooh, onions. Yay, thank you, Vor. I can't wait to buy a fish Shallow Shoal shirt from the merch store. Oh yeah, absolutely. The merch store is going to be awesome. I'm going to buy several things from the merch store. I'll do an unboxing. I'll buy some stuff and do an unboxing. I would love if the devs would send me some stuff from the merch store, just as a thanks for streaming the game, Criddle. We appreciate you, right? And then I'll do an unboxing and open it all up and try it all on. If there's hats and t-shirts and hoodies and whatnot, I'll do it all. But if not, I will buy some stuff. Why can't they coexist? Why can't what coexist? The PvP in this game? They can. They could, potentially. If you're backing PvP in M&M or any EQ clone, you're the one out of touch. I agree. Yeah, like I don't think that PvP in this style of game just works very well. You have to really change the style of game. Runs rampant in any game that allows it. It does. It sure does. Yeah, but you have guilds set up. Decide there. So I've said that in the past as well. The community could potentially make the PvP in this game fun. It literally is going to come down to what the community does. And what I mean by that is, does the community come together, create guilds and alliances and the white knight mentality where there's guilds that go around and specifically kill PKers and all that kind of stuff? Are there guilds that do that? And if they do that, are they good enough and online enough and active enough to be able to make that fun? Or are we going to get the opposite of that, where you have people in the community that are building guilds that literally go around just to grief other people, or building groups of players, getting 6 people together specifically to go grief another group of people? Which one of those do you think is going to be more common? I personally feel like the griefers are going to be a more popular crowd. And they're all going to run around. They're going to see somebody soloing in a corner of the world, and they're going to go just gang up on them and kill them. And then they're going to move on to a different group of people. And those white knight players, which are your more casual players, are not going to be online enough to be able to deal with that situation. You usually are going to get the more hardcore no life players that are the griefers, and the more casual players that are the white knight mentality, generally speaking. So if you can find some sort of group though that that no life's the game and is a protector of the people, then sure, could be a lot of fun. PvP is great, but yeah, like you said, it's a style of game. It does not seem to work yet. I heard all the exact same arguments for Pantheon PvP server, and it died in 2 weeks. Yeah, I said the exact same argument in Pantheon. Literally said the exact same thing. I didn't join the PvP server at all, and I let it just... I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And it did exactly what I said. There were literally people day one of the PvP server that formed groups of 6 players. They got up to level 5 or whatever it was needed, and they literally went around waiting for people to get to level 5 and killing them. And then they had these groups of 5 players at a week later that were level 15 or whatever they were, and they were just running around in groups killing people just for fun. It's just an awful... Not to mention, training people is allowed on the PvP server. Like, you can just play a monk, get 100 mobs in the zone, run into a group of players and feign death, and watch the chaos. Like, that's allowed. So it's just stuff like that. The griefers just ruin the fun for everybody else. So anyway, PvP needs a babysitter. It does. It does. I love playing PvP though. Like Ultima Online PvP was super duper fun when it was fair, right? When you had like realm versus realm kind of stuff, where you had like these different groups of people, and you would have like we're gonna protect this castle and you guys protect that castle, and it was a planned thing. It's super fun. I think it would be really fun in this game if they did that with PvP. Like if the community came together and said, hey, we're a guild of PvPers, you're a guild of PvPers. Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, we are going to protect the zone line to Shaded Dunes on the east side of Night Harbor, and you protect the zone line to Sungreet Strands on the north side of Night Harbor. And we're going to PvP each other. If you can zone into Shaded Dunes or whatever, like if you can get through our forces, and like they could make it a lot of fun and have like a guild versus guild kind of stuff. It would be a blast. But I just don't see that happening. Reminds me of Ashes before they implemented PvP safe level lock. Yeah, Ashes of Creation PvP was same exact kind of concept, and people grief the crap out of you. And then they added in some features to make it less, and yeah, they did a whole thing. I like PvP with guardrails like Guild Wars and Rift. Yeah, absolutely. Your idea sounds like something that could be an opt-in and flag. Oh, absolutely, yeah. You could do that on a PvE server. This entire guild is going to opt into PvP, and that entire guild is going to opt into PvP, and we're just going to have like a guild versus guild PvP battle on a Saturday night, and it's going to be for fun, you know? Maybe have like each guild puts in 100 platinum into a pool, right? So there's 200 platinum. Whoever winner takes all kind of thing. It could be a lot of fun to do that, but chances of that happening are very, very, very slim. Very slim. It's going to take a guild or a large group of people, maybe a streamer, like a content creator that likes PvP. They could probably set it up and get their community involved. I would totally be involved in something like that. If we could figure out something between streamers, like, okay, we're gonna have these 2 or 3 or 4 streamers, content creators, and they're gonna form up with their respective communities and control certain areas. You know, that could be really fun too. But It's going to take somebody to organize that and set it up. But anyway, I wish everyone the best of luck on the PvP server if you choose to go that route. I hope you have fun and enjoy it. I really, really do. But it's not for me. Are we getting money off of these spiders? I don't think we are. Yeah, I think like the Brood Mistress, when she turns into a spider, does, but I don't think the other ones do. EA launch day comes. PvP log on that server. There's like 100 people. Yeah, I mean, I think PvP is going to be super popular the first week or two of early access. I really do. I think it's going to be a very popular server for a little while. Just like in Pantheon. When the Pantheon PvP server launched, tons of people went to it. Like it was the most popular server when they launched that PvP server. But it also died faster than any other part of the game. So I think that'll happen as well. There's people that will want to go and try it out. But it'll come down to the community. What does the community do with it? Do they make it fun? Do they make it a Grief Central? Grief Central Station. I would bet on the latter of those two. Because people have no experience with EQ PvP. Doesn't take long to see it isn't enjoyable. That's exactly what it is, yeah. They're going... I feel like a lot of people go into the PvP server kind of like a roleplay server. You have people that want to do it. They want to be part of it. And they're like, man, this is going to be really fun being in a PvP. And we're going to have people like the deep elves and the deep gnomes and stuff. They're gonna choose to side with each other, and they're gonna go up against the humans and the wood elves, and they're gonna only attack those people, and they're gonna make it kind of like that's their idea. That's what they want to happen. It just isn't what happens. That would be really cool. Like, I love role playing. That's another reason I don't want to go on a role play server, right? You go to a roleplay server and you think, okay, I'm going to play a dwarf on a roleplay server and I'm going to pretend that I hate elves because this is Lord of the Rings. I think that elves are terrible and whatever, right? Then you get onto the roleplay server and people are like, what's up, Chad? Yo, what up, bro? And it just completely ruins the roleplay server. Right? Like, that's what ends up happening. And then you're like, okay, cool. I guess this is what we're doing now on our roleplay server. So yeah, I just don't want to do it. Then people will nope out the PvP server. Oh yeah, the casual players are going to nope out the fastest, right? They're going to be like, oh, I thought this was going to be different. I don't want to be griefed. It's only going to take once. It's going to take one situation, one time where a player hits level 4 and then is instantly nuked by a level 10, and they die. Or sorry, they're level 4, they level up to 5, and instantly get nuked by a level 10, and they're going to be like, what the heck? Then they go, and they go back out to get their corpse, and another level 10 nukes them down. And they're like, I'm done with this. I'm going to go roll on a PvE server. That's what I expect to happen. My first WoW server was a PvP server, Stranglethorn. It was Vietnam 4.0. Never ever again. Yep, absolutely. Right? Like it's gonna be a madhouse in the beginning. An absolute madhouse. And some people are going to love it. They're going to relish it. They're going to think it's the greatest thing ever. The heck? Did she just pull me? Is she a Shadow Knight and just gripped me? What the heck? Corpse camping? Yeah, rude. Exactly. It's super rude. I'll admit I farmed enough noobs in Red Ridge with Flying Mountain WoW. I know what's up. Yeah, you know what's going on. You were part of the problem. You know, I get it. In a WoW, you had factions to support you versus FFA, and it was still a mess. Yep. When I played on a PvP server, the faction PvP server in World of Warcraft. And I made a brand new character on an established server. And I had like I played a, what was it, a Tauren. So I was on the Horde side. And I had a human or maybe a dwarf or something. Anyway, a hunter. And he just followed me around everywhere I went and was killing he was like sniping my monsters. He was killing all of them, trying to get me to PvP him, way higher level than me. Like he was just waiting. He was just trying to provoke me. And eventually he just killed me. And I ended up logging off and I was like, I'm never doing that again. I enjoy the RP team PvP server in EQ, but full PvP in game like that. Yeah. The RP PvP server could be fun if people stick to it. Absolutely. It could be a lot of fun. But people have to actually stick to it. Classic WoW World PvP is fun, though. PvP on M&M server with one guild holding down every XP spot. That's another issue with it, yeah. You could have the toxic guild on the PvP server that's just like, nope, we're going to kill everybody. And they hold down all the XP spots and they kill everybody on site, and yeah, you can't really do anything against them. It just sucks. Rallos, we ran around with outside healers. Lovely. Yeah, so we can compare EverQuest 1 PvP to modern day PvP if you want to. And the issue with that is back then we had fewer people that played games. Most of them were gaming nerds, and most of them respected other people more, right? Most of them. Not everybody did. But they respected the time. They respected, all of that. They treated it differently. Today, gaming is a lot more widespread, and you have a different player base that treat the games differently. You know, when you have 100,000 people that play EverQuest total, it's different than when you have millions of people that are playing games, right? Very different. Hey, what's going on, Steel Rose? How are you? Warhammer Age of Reckoning is the best PvP. Is it? I didn't play that one. Kunyan also warned people about PvP server and told stories of when his guild killed P99 Red by griefing everyone off the server. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it will absolutely destroy the server. So Kunyan was part of that? He was part of that guild that that griefed everybody on it? I've lost respect. I've lost respect. No, I just wouldn't join the server. If nothing else, when you die in EQ PvP, you are now at 0 power until you loot your corpse in WoW or newer games. Yeah, that is true. That's another thing. That's a very good point. You have 0 power. Like, you lose all your gear. You lose your spells. You can't do anything. What are you going to do against in a PvP game when somebody kills you and can literally corpse camp you? You know, they can just wait till you come back, and you can't defend yourself. It's awful. It's awful. Warhammer was actually pretty fun. Yeah. He was the guild leader. Oh goodness. Now I've lost more respect for him. Oh my gosh. My goodness. No, I kind of respect him right now because he's one of the only other content creators that didn't jump ship and go straight to EQ Legends and just play a bunch of EQ Legends. He decided to play Monsters and Memories instead, and I respect that. I don't think he played EQ Legends at all, has he? He may have, but I don't think I've seen him play it. I don't follow him closely or anything, so I don't know. I may have missed it. But so many people were just like they're view chasers. And I'm like, come on, guys. He has not played it? Good. Good for him. Good for him. He said he won't play it? Good for him. I'm glad. Good for him. I'm in that same boat. I respect him for that. At least he's honest about it. Just says straight that don't roll on PvP if you can't play 15 hours a day because someone else will. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with him on that. If you can't no life the PvP server, I wouldn't recommend rolling on the PvP server. Somebody will be better than you. He won't play EQ Legend, he said. Not his game. Fantastic. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I respect the dude. Like, he's he's built up an audience, and he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he's not doing it to chase views anymore. Maybe he did at one point, but he doesn't seem to be doing that now. But anyway. Oh boy. We had to pull this room in a bit. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. He's legal and one of the very few real people on Twitch, in my opinion. Doesn't put on a show. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's legit. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. He's not there to pretend. I love it. Love it. It's hard to build a community that way, right? It's really hard. So I respect him for that. Yeah, so many content creators are just there to, I don't know. They're chasing the view and chasing the dollar. Which, it is a business. I get that, but anyway. Enough about that. Let's slaughter some more spiders. What does your one-button macro setup for abilities look like on level 60? So mine is kind of a two-button macro now, but it's basically the same thing. I have Feint, Rend, Armor Break, and Frenzy all being cast. Frenzy being the first one in the row. So if I can cast Frenzy, it will cast Frenzy. Otherwise, it'll cast Feint or Rend. Which game has the most horrifying spiders? The Forest. Have you played The Forest? Play The Forest. Holy moly. That game is creepy. The only bad thing about PvP servers is that they're self-defeating. Once a group or guild becomes the top dogs of a server, they're not taking them down unless they self-implode. Yep. And then they, as soon as they push everybody off the server, then they're like, why is nobody playing on PvP? PvP server dead, bro. And that's what they do. Then they complain that nobody wants to play on the server. Well, yeah, because you made it not fun for everybody on the server. That's what they do. Every time. EverQuest Draconians gave me arachnophobia. Did they? Oh, goodness. What happened with Cunyon? Nothing happened with him. Yeah, he was saying, people were saying that he was on the PvP, the P99 Red server, which is the PvP P99 server, and just PvP'd everybody and kind of destroyed the server by griefing everyone. You're so right about the forest. No spoilers for me. The only game I've ever screamed out loud in surprise in the caves. Yeah. Yeah. Go play the forest, guys. If you don't like spiders, try the forest. Well, actually, if you don't like spiders, do not play the forest. I don't even want to, like, spoil it for you. It's creepy, dude. I screamed like a schoolgirl when I saw those. I was like, "Wah!" I literally, I freaked out, dude. It scared the crap out of me. I have a friend of mine that actually is arachnophobic. And I was playing the game with him. He literally was like, "Nope, I'm not going back in those caves." And it was me and 3 other friends of mine playing the forest together, and he refused. He wouldn't go back in there. The 3 of us had to go to the caves and do the things that you have to do in the caves, and he went back to the village or whatever thing that we're building. You could, like, it's a base building game. He went back to the base and just kept building stuff. He's like, "Nope, I'm out." Is it fun to play the forest solo? It can be, sure. I prefer playing those games with groups of people. I've got a few friends of mine that like to play survival games, survival horror games like that. So we play them together. I appreciate some games that put arachnophobia mode that turns into pictures of kittens and whatnot. It is cute when they do that, yeah. Guys will try Riot MMO when released. I might try it. I'll give it a shot. The League of Legends MMO, I'll give it a shot. I'm hoping it's not going to be a PvP game, though. Like, League of Legends being so PvP heavy, it might just end up being a PvP MMO. So we'll have to see. But I won't say no. It's set to release in 2076. Yeah. It's probably going to come out about the time that Cyberpunk is a real thing. Ever played second one? I didn't play the second one. No, the Return to the Forest or whatever it's called. Did not get the same feeling from it. The first one was amazing. Yeah, the first one was awesome. I loved it. I loved the first one. Absolutely. Right MMO released the same day as Pantheon 1.0 will? Yeah. Right after Never. I like spiders in Dragon Age Origins. Did I play Dragon Age Origins? I think I did. Excited to play Amumu? Is that like a race in the Riot MMO? Is that a race? I don't know enough about their lore. The Sad Mummy. What's a sad mummy? What? I'll try if I'm alive when it releases. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll give any MMO a shot, as long as I like the company. Like, I love MMOs. I absolutely. They're my favorite game to play by far. New zone? No, this is actually in Glass Flats. Just people don't come up here usually. We're trying to show off different places lately. Isar has been like, "Hey, we're going on an adventure." He's my Frodo Baggins, and I'm Samwise Gamgee. And Isar's like, "We're going on an adventure. Come with me." And I'm like, "Okay." So he's just kind of going to different places and building up groups, and yeah. Any notable loots already? Yeah, we've gotten several loots in here today. In this area. Let's see. Ledger. We got the Twisted Cord. We got this right here. We've got the Protein Mantle, which is this right here. We got the Slippers, which is this one right here. I can't put all these on my screen at once. And we got... I don't think I looted the last one. Yeah, I didn't loot the last one. The last one is a shaman-only clicky weapon. Oh, we got the Gelatinous Crown. Got this in here today. Yeah, we got several items today already. So what I'm going to do here in a little bit, I know we're having like a really good stream too, and I don't want to end it. But here in a little bit, I'm going to run to get lunch. So I'm going to end my stream. I'm going to run to get lunch, eat lunch with my beautiful girlfriend who is downstairs. It's telling me that she's starving to death. And then she's going to take 2 bites of her food and be like, I'm so stuffed. But she really wants to have Moe's for lunch, so we're going to go get some a burrito. Then I'm going to come back and we'll stream again in a new location. I don't know where. Isar has not decided where he's taking me yet. Isar's going to take me on a loot date. He's going to keep it top secret, and then when I come back, we're going to figure out where we're going to go. Shut up. That's my girlfriend right there. She told me to shut up. She's threatened because it's true. Everything I just said was true. I'm starving. I could eat everything in the entire pantry. 2 bites later. I'm so full. Oh, I have to unbutton my top button of my pants because I'm so full. Love you, honey. You're amazing and awesome and beautiful. Women, right? They're kind of, they're all. Uh-oh, I'm getting evil text messages now. What's going on here? Hang on. What kind of bad text message am I getting? What kind of burrito do I want? Oh, she's not even. Let's see. What kind of burrito do I want? Steak? We're gonna go steak. How's the tank rework? I gotta know since watching you made me want to play fighter. I'm liking the fighter. It's still too much damage, and I feel like not enough tanking capabilities. I would like to see a few more things on it. But it is a good tank. It's a solid tank. It holds threat well. That kind of stuff. So, yeah. Oh, my gosh. She's sending me all sorts of things. Are you listening to my stream, honey, so I don't have to, like, respond on text? Can I do this a different way? Where can I get feedback about Vengeance being way too clunky? I would go to their forums now, if you can. So go to forums.monstersandmemories.com, I believe, is the forums. And go there, go under the fighter forum, and post your feedback there. That's going to probably be your best bet. Oh, my goodness gracious. Shredded cheese, pico. I don't want any of that. Let's see. Hang on. Holy moly. Hang on a second. I'm trying to give my order here. Okay. I think we're good. I want a burrito now. Unfortunately, I moved to the UK and the burrito situation here is rough. Ouch, that's not good. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a burrito today at all. But she told me earlier, she's like, I want a burrito. Oh, okay. Sure, why not? We're getting a Chipotle? Whatever you want to call it. Chipotle? We're getting one of those near us, I think, soon. You have your beans and toast and be happy with it, right? Nothing better than a surprise burrito. You are correct. Well, it's not going to really be much of a surprise. I'm going to get them. She's going to order it, and I'm going to get them. So I'm taking a lunch break today. I normally don't do that, but I'm going to take a lunch break today. I promise I will be back on today. I will be back on today, assuming that nothing bad happens while I go get a burrito. Like, I will do my very best to be back on today. So I'll probably be gone for like an hour. Lag spike. No beans on toast is for breakfast. Do people actually eat that? Beans on toast? Oh yes? You eat that a lot, Vor? I don't think I've ever had beans on toast. I have had blood pudding, and I actually liked it. I thought it was really good. I had a traditional Irish breakfast when I was in Ireland many years ago. And, yeah, I ate blood pudding. It was good. Very traditional breakfast for Brits. Baked beans on toast. I mean, I like baked beans. I like Texas toast. You know what I got? Oh, dude, that would be really good, actually. Take some Texas toast. Put a layer of like brisket or some sort of barbecue, like pulled pork, pulled chicken, or brisket on top, and then take baked beans, put it on top of that, and then top it off with some coleslaw. Ooh, and then put a cherry on top. That sounds delicious. Now I'm getting hungry. Me too. Everybody, so this is going to be what we're doing. Everybody's going to take a lunch break for 1 hour. And then we're all going to meet back up here and do something else in the game. That's the plan. 1 hour lunch break and then right back at it. You love haggis? Okay. I don't know if I've ever had that. I don't think I have. I'm in a good mood today, guys. I'm in a good mood. I think it was because of my, I got a lot off my chest last night. You ever just like, there's something in your life that just bothers you a lot? And like you're not really supposed to say things. You're not supposed to talk about it. You know, you're supposed to just kind of let it go. But sometimes you just need to let it out. That happened with me last night. A situation in my life that has just been really, really, really bothersome. And I just let it all out last night. And yeah, I said some things that I probably will regret later, but I'm glad that I got it out. I'm down. Dinner break here, though? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So if I make a druid, I can pretty much solo all the way to 60. You can solo to 60 on a druid, yes. It's not the easiest class to solo to 60 with, but you can, sure. Yeah, absolutely. It is not a hard class. It is probably in the top, it's in the top 5 for sure. I would say right now, like Enchanter, Necromancer, Druid, actually those are probably the top 3 soloers in the game currently. But pizza in the oven, you guys got me with all the food talk. Nice. Nailed it. Druid, the most overplayed class in the game right now? It is, yeah. But not everyone has had their rework. That is true as well. You're in Scotland? I didn't know that, Vor. Scotland. I don't know if I can do a Scottish accent. I should be able to do a Scottish accent. I'm pretty sure I've got some a little Scottish in me with my red beard. It's either that or a little Irish in me. An Irish accent I can probably do a lot better, but it's a very bad Irish accent. You made a BLT? Dude, a BLT, man. Something about a BLT is just really good. Yeah, it's something. It just hits. It hits differently, you know. Sometimes, like when you just want something light, but still, I don't know, something about it. Slap some mayonnaise on there. Yeah. You got a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel? I love... This is going to be weird. I love the steak, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's. If I go to McDonald's for breakfast, that's what I get. Steak, egg, and cheese bagel. It's kind of boring to solo to 60, but you can duo pretty hardcore, and it's way more fun. I recommend trying to like duos or trios or something. It's more fun. Soloing is definitely the fastest way if you know how to do it, but yeah, grouping is a lot more fun. I will admit that. Grouping is a lot more fun. Yeah. 100% fresh. Feels fresh, but also get the tasty bacon fat. Oh, yeah, man. I love some bacon. Been soloing on the monk, killing rares. Kind of fun. Nice. Well, you're doing it now with the monk after the monk changes? Or were you doing the dot flop thing? That dot flop thing was pretty cheesy, but it was effective. Might try to re-level a druid. See if I can see how good it is. Yeah, it should be good. Or paladin? Ew. Yikes. Wait till they do the deep dive on the paladin. You're doing it now? You're soloing on the monk now? Awesome. I didn't know they would solo very well. They were supposed to be, like, they actually put in that class write-up thing. They were like, yeah, monks are supposed to be capable soloers, or at least capable of soloing. They actually made fighters more solo friendly now, which I was kind of like, what? How good is Shadow Knight? Shadow Knight right now, I would say, is overall the best tank in the game. Like, all things considered, it would be the best. But it hasn't had its rework yet, so could change. Soloing the High Marshal camp in Wormsbane, 15 to 17. Gotcha. What level are you? That's pretty low level stuff, so that's not too difficult, I wouldn't imagine, to solo. Wow, we actually pulled everything? Did we seriously pull everything? The heck? You just hit 17? Okay. That's not bad if they're able to solo stuff that's like around your level range. That's actually pretty good. Crazy been leveling a bunch of different characters lately, and it's like I don't know every class. Pretty much beat the crap out of stuff now. Yeah, they've seemed to have made the game a lot easier lately. The idea or the goal is to make it harder, but it seems like they made it easier, I feel like. All right, boys and girls, I am going to go ahead and scoot and go get burritos. I will be back hopefully in an hour or less. And we're going to keep streaming today. I'm having a lot of fun streaming with you guys today. We've had a lot of chatter. This has been one of my best days streaming so far in Monsters and Memories, and I've really been enjoying it. So thank you all so much. You've been awesome today. So I'm going to go get some lunch, though. I'm going to refuel, and I will be back in about 1 hour-ish. Hopefully less, but we'll see. So take care. Have a good one. And